hire me to be her champion on this trip to Nuln?
She did indeed offer you the option to become her hired champion, yes.
Yes, but that was a permanent fixture, which
Yes.
we didn't want.
Correct.
But if she doesn't want to hire me on a temporary basis until she finds another one in Nuln, that's fine.
Well, she has stated that if you did wish for that role, then you would have to be representing her in court as the champion for the trial by combat, and if you were to win the case, she will give you a one-off payment of 40 gold crowns.
No, you are right.
Which is a tremendous amount.
Yeah, it is, but I don't want to be doing that.
Okay. So the journey to Kemperbad then, considering you are here and you go in to Kemperbad, I'm just going to completely gloss over the route you've taken. It's going to be completely uneventful, other than the fact it's going to take a month to get there, or more or less that, so about 4 weeks. So you travel to Nuln. During these this journey time, you've become quite close to quite a few members of the staff, and you realised and been informed that when you get to Kemperbad, because of the death of Gustaf Rechtshandler, the barrister, the Gravin is going to have to get in touch with another barrister who she knows in order to represent her in court, and she does say that she's disappointed that you're not wanted to take her up on the position of champion, but has then gone round the rest of the party and offered that to anybody else. So if anybody else wishes to represent the Gravin as her personal champion, it'll save her a job when she gets there. She has seen your skills, not just personally, but also from the recommendation of some of her staff that were downstairs when the ruckus broke out with the bar fight. So there's lots of other possibilities that she's seen that you guys are more than capable of handling yourselves. So yeah, if anybody else wants that role, you are more than welcome to it. Anybody else wish to consider that role? Don't all jump at the opportunity.
Miles isn't
I don't think it's like my character.
Yeah, it's not something that Oscar would potentially be best at, but potentially something Rivian might be interested in.
Say again, everything was choppy.
So is it something that Rivian might be interested in, representing the Gravin as her personal champion, defending her right for a trial by combat? And if you were to win said trial by combat, you would be promised a one-off payment of a whopping 40 gold crowns, which is an absolute fortune considering your current social standing.
True. I'm going to pass. My job isn't in front of things.
Okay. So you arrive in Kemperbad. Now, Kemperbad stands at the confluence of the rivers Reich and Ster. So if we flip back to this map, you shall, and we zoom in over here, if I look at Kemperbad, which is right here, look. So you've got the River Reich, which is this main, big, thick stream down here. And the River Ster here is coming off here to the east. So that is the confluence of those two rivers. The town itself is actually perched on high cliffs, which is above the two rivers. And there's a series of rope and pulley lifts that convey travellers and your belongings from the wharves down below up to the town. You've also got then the Nuln Road as well that runs southwards from Kemperbad alongside the Reich, as you can see here, this white line here. But it's not particularly well serviced because a lot of traffic prefers the main river of the River Reich. So a lot of barges go up and down the river, as opposed to people on footpaths and wagons and stuff. They are used, but it's not particularly well serviced. And then a main road cuts through the Reichwald forest from Kemperbad to Auswald, and then south to the Vogtland. And it is one of the busiest roads, is that in Reichland, and also one of the most heavily tolled as a result. And there's another major road heading northwards along the Reichland bank of the River Reich, which follows the river's curve westward, as you can see here, until it heads through the forest to Grunberg, and then eventually north up to Altdorf.
You keep. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Am I cutting out? Julian mentioned me about.
Yeah, you saw like cutting in and cutting out. Yeah.
Sorry, let me try disabling my. Oh no, my VPN's not on, so it's not that. Okay. Now, the area in question that you're heading towards is the courthouse. So the first part of this session will be explaining to you, obviously, that you've gone there to up the lift, etc., to Kemperbad's courthouse, which stands at the centre of town, opposite the council house. Now, it's important to understand that Kemperbad is a free town whose town council answers directly to the emperor and not to a local noble. That's why this area has been chosen. So even though the incident in question took place in Nuln, the Baron has insisted that the court in Nuln is not used to avoid any kind of bias, and it's been moved to Kemperbad for being a free town. So the council also rules a number of local towns and villages, most notably Brandenburg, whose brandy is widely claimed to be the emperor's favourite. The wealth of the town and the power of the council itself is reflected in the impressive architecture of the courthouse and council house. So if I activate this section here, you should be able to see this because I've put your tokens on the map down here. Yep. If you scroll up to the top of the page, you can see a front view of what the courthouse looks like. It's a solid two-storey stone building with a colonnaded front. A side passage secured against escape by two pairs of gates conveys prisoners and others to a guard where two gallows poles stand as a reminder that the council does not tolerate crime. These are here at the rear of the map. If you scroll down a bit, you'll be able to see the ground floor. Again, for the purpose of Julian, just a reminder that we have a ground floor. The first floor is what you would call the second floor over there in the States. The ground floor is what we refer, what you would refer to as the first floor, just to make it nice and confusing.
I appreciate it.
So yeah, behind the building itself of the courtyard, within the behind the area of the courthouse, sorry, within the yard itself, you've got the two gallows poles. Now, on special occasions such as public executions or when two nobles agree to trial by combat, the open space in front of the courthouse, which is where you're at the moment, is roped off to create a makeshift arena. And you as you arrive, bear in mind it's going to be tomorrow is said trial. You can see preparations have already begun by that, and ropes have arrived, and there's been tents erected and things like that. So if we now switch out to detailing here, are you wanting to go into the courthouse? You want to have a look around? I should say to you that as soon as you arrive, you are already quite impressed at the fact that the speed of the lifts being used. The servants on board the party have been really great and efficient in getting all your luggage stowed on board. It's been really like almost like a militaristic exercise getting up and down these lifts up to the town, and it's been good. The lifts look daunting at first sight, but you feel quite comfortable when you've seen how easy it is for everyone to get up there. Now, there's carts as well that have been hired to convey your baggage to a small mansion near the town centre that the Gravin has borrowed from a noble friend for a visit, and you're welcome to stay there. You have a day and 2 nights before the Gravin's trial, giving you your time to go shopping and to make any other necessary preparations. So when you arrive, it is night time. It's late at night. So you're shown to your room to start with, having briefly made your way past the courthouse. You've seen it. So we'll start the following morning. So you've got all day and all night to make any kind of preparations should you want to do anything, go anywhere, buy anything, etc. And then the trial itself will be tomorrow. The first thing before we wake everybody up is yourself, Farion. You have requested. The Gravin and a party has said that they'll wake you up as a group at 7 a.m. But you have been woken up at 6 a.m. by one of the handmaidens.
Okay.
Are you answering the door? Bear in mind, you're all in it's a small mansion, but you've all got your own room because it's a small mansion, but it's still a mansion. You've all got your own room. But are you sharing a room with your twin sister Ore, or are you in individual rooms?
Don't know.
Yeva?
I think given the opportunity, we would be in the individual rooms. However, they would be next to each other.
That's perfectly fine. Okay, yeah. So in that case, then just yourself in your room, then Farion, and you can hear there's a knock at the door, and you can hear the rather nice tones of one of the handmaidens who you've been travelling with for the last 4 weeks. So you're aware of her voice. It's very familiar.
I'll answer the door.
And so, my lord, please, the Gravin wishes to see you. Apologises for the early arrival, but a private conversation is requested, please.
Okay. I'll get my things and then go.
Whereupon you can see that at the end of the corridor there are 2 guards at the end of the corridor, and there is another couple at the opposite end of the corridor, another couple of servants that are hurriedly seem to be packing. One of them's packing a bag, one of them's unpacking a bag. You make the Gravin's dorm is bang opposite yours. She knocks. And the door itself opens, and you see swiftly that's because there's 2 guards inside who usher you in. The Gravin thanks the handmaiden for her service and dismisses her. The 2 guards are by the door. They close the door as you enter. Good morning, Farion. Please, if you could be so kind, have a seat. And she's currently sat at her dressing table, and she's clipping some earrings on.
Okay, I'll take a seat.
Bear in mind it is 6 a.m. She still looks absolutely impeccable. She's obviously had her tailor-made dresses already applied, presumably by some kind of servants. Typical kind of Basque type affair, so she's looking like she's going to bust out of it any second. It's the kind of outfit that's going to take 2 or 3 people to get her into it.
Yeah.
And Now, I do know we've had this discussion many times, or several times rather, over the past 4 weeks, but I do need to bring to your attention something that has been brought to my attention this morning. I can only think that it's von Dammenblatt's and his agents up to no good, but I did seek another champion out, as I mentioned to you beforehand. I would have one waiting here. I wanted you on standby. In case anything happened, and that indeed has happened. My appointed champion here in Kemperbad, unfortunately, has come down with some kind of illness, and he has been violently sick all the way through the evening. Putrid green bile. One of the apothecaries is now looking at him as we speak, but my aides tell me he's been literally up all night. There can't be anything left in him, poor soul. So I ask you, what will it take, please, for you to be in my employ for tomorrow?
Let me think about that.
Well, please don't be thinking too long, because I will have to employ someone, and I do need at 9 AM. I do need to state the name of my champion to represent me tomorrow, because they need 24 hours notice for such preparations. Now, I do have another barrister employed. I need to let him know. So, unfortunately, 9 AM is the time I need to be informing him by. So, if you could let me know by, and then she looks at her watch, and it'll have to be 8, please. It'll just give you just less than 2 hours.
Okay.
But I mean, speak with the rest of the party, and if anyone else wishes to take me up on this offer, that's perfectly fine too. But I'm coming to you because of the representation that we had last time, and you do have a certain air about you. I must say, something that we nobles have to keep up certain appearances, don't we? So. If you could let me know, please, as soon as possible, that would be wonderful. As I said, I do have some other alternatives in mind, but you are by far and away my primary choice.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I'll come back to you within the next 2 hours.
Thank you. So are you returning to your room? Are you going to go wake the others up a bit early? What are you going to do?
I'll go wake Ori up.
Okay. So yeah, Ori, there's a knock at your door. You roll over in bed and you see the clock at the side of you. It's 6:20. You were not expecting a wake up call till 7.
Mildly annoyed, I'll get out of the bed, because obviously I was hoping after the long travels to at least have one restful night, but I will obviously make myself presentable and check on who's at the door.
Okay. So you put a robe on and you answer the door, and sure enough, your twin brothers are.
Do you want this early?
A chat.
Fine.
All this knocking around and stomping outside the doors has led to Rivian, with you being an elf with your keen sense of hearing. You've heard people up and about a little bit earlier than expected. So you're aware there's people are up and about. Whether you want to get up and about yourself, it's up to you.
Yeah, I did. I think I'll just sort of prepare myself and, sort of get dressed and whatnot and ready.
Due to the nature of your profession, being a spy, you kind of move fast and move light. You don't have very many belongings on you. But also, being a wood elf, you do take certain pride in your appearance. Not so to the kind of degree as the high elves do, but you do spend a lot of time, self-grooming and preening, etc. So,
Preening.
we'll leave you with that. So yeah, back to the high elves. What do you want to discuss?
Yep.
So,
Indeed. What do you want to discuss?
so the Gravin's new champion has mysteriously fallen ill.
Oh, wonderful. So, did she ask you to do the job again?
Yes.
Oh.
What would you like?
Do you mean?
Is there anything in particular that you could use?
Well, I'd like to find a... what is it? Way how to advance my magic, but...
That's what I am wondering. Is there anything that we can request?
Out of character, Wayne, you did mention that I could complete the apprentice thing at some point.
Yep. You need to make contact with the houses of Ulthwan in order to prove that you've done your training so far. Now, someone such as the Gravin would have access to messenger birds and things like that, and also potentially some connections when you get to Nuln in order to use magic that way as well. But bear in mind that the High Elves mages, just to confirm, you usually train in several, sometimes all of the 8 winds as part of your apprenticeship.
Yeah.
Before then, the most promising move on to study the high magic. And that's where you blend multiple winds of magic together into some kind of coruscating, blinding flash type energy. Very impressive, very difficult, and elves as a result claim it's beyond the capacity of mankind. Potentially access to her messenger network would be a distinct way forward for you.
Right. Yeah. So, in that case, I will. What was it? Well, I would need to get in touch with some of my tutors back at home.
Okay.
Maybe she could assist us with that.
Okay.
But apart from that, no. A good night's sleep, maybe, where I'm not woken up before the actual agreed.
Your reward is a good night's sleep and a lay in.
Okay, fair enough. When can you have a look to see how much a quality rapier and did we say like a hand crossbow or
No, we were saying instead of that, because it wasn't particularly high elfy, we were saying instead
powder.
we said instead of having the pistol type affair, you were going to be going for more extravagant clothing, and going and getting some good, proper OTT style swashbuckling clothes, is what we were saying beforehand.
Right, okay. How much are they going to cost?
Before we get to there, or rather while I'm doing that, we'll just have you randomly wake up a little bit early, not being able to sleep. You're still in a little bit of pain from your loss of teeth, so that's something potentially to think about. And sure enough, it gets to about 20 to 7. You wake up, you think there's not really much point sleeping for much longer. Whether or not you wish to get up is up to you. But you can hear some commotion and some conversations going on next door, and you do know that is where Auray has been sleeping.
I'll get up and presumably there's a wash bowl.
Yeah.
Wash my face.
It's a noble's mansion,
My
so
ablutions. Yep. Get ready for the day and head out and look for something to eat. See if I can find some breakfast.
So a standard rapier is 5 gold crowns. Now,
Or a standard one.
Correct. Yes. Now, if you are looking at potentially getting something a little bit swankier,
Quality.
then you do have. You're naturally going to try and find it anyway for availability. Is finding a fine quality one, meticulously crafted to please the eye. It's just a case of the higher the rarity, the more expensive it is, but doesn't do anything specific other than looking fancier. Similarly, you can try and find one that's more durable, and it means that it can take more damage before it's broken, naturally. You can find a lightweight one that reduces the encumbrance by 1, or you can find an expertly crafted one, speaking about practicality. So that means that a failed test using this item receives +1 skill level. So even if you fail, you still get 1 success level.
Okay.
So, for example, if you was to fail by 3, you count as fail by 2.
Yeah.
You always get 1. It's you fail by 1 less.
Yeah.
So it's a case of making a roll to check the availability of it.
Like I said, not for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. It's not for me to make the roll for the availability.
I see where you're going with this.
I just realised I would need some magic license. How much was that?
That's where you get it from.
When you gain your certification to wizard, you gain your magic license.
Oh, do I
just as what Rob will be getting when he gets to Nuln. Yeah. So to answer your question, cost-wise, you're probably looking at triple for a practical one, so 15 gold.
Right. Okay.
Cool. In that case, then we'll have it get to bang on 7 o'clock, and the staff come to wake Rivian and Oscar up, but find you both stood in your doorways, ready and waiting.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you're bang opposite each other in the corridor. Good morning.
Good morning.
And the aide asks you to come downstairs to the dining room where breakfast is served.
Thank you very much, good sir.
And as you are ushered downstairs, the same aide then knocks on Auray's room, whereupon she just goes Auray and Farion, and asks you to accompany her downstairs for breakfast.
Okay.
Are you joining her?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fantastic. In which case you sit down and you have a wonderful slap-up breakfast. It is a wonderful selection of meats. At the end of the day, the Empire in Warhammer is essentially Germany, so it is lots of different cured meats for breakfast, along with some cheese, specifically some imported finest Bretonian cheese, along with a selection of breads. There is also freshly squeezed juice, and also you can see that the Gravin does have a tiny shot, only a small shot, of the previously mentioned brandy, which the city is famous for. And as soon as you sit down, she's, my guest's fantastic, and she clicks her fingers, and straight away one of the aides comes and brings a decanted, a decanter, like a crystal decanter, and offers you each a shot of brandy. Anyone partaking in the finest brandy?
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Might help with the teeth.
Just have a wee dram.
Okay. You have breakfast. Does anyone want to discuss anything over breakfast?
Nothing in particular.
Okay. Then one of the staff said, "While hearing Kevin bad, are you looking for anything in particular? Are you looking to acquire anything? I do know the city quite well. I can show you around if there's anywhere in particular you're looking for." No.
No, not for me.
Yeah, I know where I'm heading.
Rivian, anything that you're interested in acquiring?
I mean, nothing that takes precedence.
Okay. In which case, then we can easily skip on to the end of the day. Then, if no one wants to go anywhere and do anything, just have a nice relaxing day in the mansion if that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Well, we've been travelling for a while, so
Yeah,
that
yeah.
seems like a. Aria will just sort of wander around the town, sightseeing.
Okay, fine. So while you're wandering around town, I'll come back to you in a minute. Then, Yeva, we'll skip forward to Farion then and his conversation at 8 o'clock with the Gravin.
Yeah.
So everyone else has left the breakfast table. Oscar and Rivian, presumably you go back to your rooms then to retire, and or maybe either of you want to have a wander around town.
Sure.
You can go on your own. You can accompany Ore.
Ask if they want company.
Yeah, but do you want some company from your wood elf acquaintance here?
You are welcome to do as you please. I suppose an elf's company is better than the humans.
Oscar, you're going to try and find a dentist?
That was the plan, yes. We'll see if I can get something done about these teeth.
Okay. In which case then we shall come back then to yourself then, Wally.
Okay.
Everyone else has left, just leaving you with alone at the breakfast table with the Gravin and a couple of guards.
I've thought about it. There's several things I would like.
Mhm.
A fine rapier. A fine swordbreaker. A hat. Particular kind of hat. You know, like the cavalier type hats. With a big feather in it, yes.
Yep.
One of those. Use of your messaging network, please, to send messages back to, for Ore to send a message back to her tutors.
In Ulthuan, presumably?
Yes.
Yes.
And 5 gold.
She reaches and beckons for one of the guards to fetch the decanted, the crystal decanter again, and she said, she pours it. Gesture for it to be poured. She as I believe this is cause for a potential celebration. She motions for you to have one and looks up for your approval.
If this is the sign of an agreement, then yes, we have an accord.
She nods and she says, "Please, just don't let me down. I have a reputation to withhold."
And I do not.
She says, "I will, of course, have to ask my tailor to measure you. Time is of the essence."
That's fine. It's fine. There's no rush for the hat.
No. I mean for tomorrow's representation, and with that, straight away within like 2 or 3 seconds, there's a pair of tailors come whisked into the room. They've got pins in the mouth, and they've got pens and pencils behind their ears, and they've got tape measures and stuff. And they immediately start measuring your sleeves, your legs, ask you to stand up and turn around. And within like about 30 seconds, everything's done, and you're just like completely bewildered as to how quickly that went on. But they've gone off already with your measurements in mind. And she says, "Fantastic. Meet us, please, outside the front of the courthouse at 9 AM tomorrow. Whereupon we will give you the associated livery." Yes,
I would like to try it on this evening to ensure it fits and it is suitable for my style.
Absolutely, yes. I can't promise that it will be the 100% finished article, but my tailors will be starting on this as soon as physically possible. But yes, when it comes to actual sizing, etc., you should be able to get that, not a problem.
Okay.
Okay. If you're happy to move on, then the evening comes along and it's you try it on, and the livery in question, with it being the Ambostine livery, is a combination of pink and yellow. And yeah, it looks good, feels good. A bit bizarre because you're not used to dressing in these colours. It's not what you would be picking yourself as a noble high elf such as yourself, but yeah, it does the job. It's not restricted or anything like that.
Well, so as long as like I say, the main thing is as long as it isn't restricting me in any way.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely not. No,
that's fine.
So whilst you're doing that lot, you guys then have had a day round to have a look at things. We'll start off with yourself, Rob, first of all. You do find a dentist who is able to fit you with false teeth. Was it 2 you're missing in the end? Let's have a look. Yeah, missing 2 teeth. And you're looking at literally a gold crown for the cost of the tooth, and you're looking at 5 silver for the actual service. So if you get both at the same time, it's 2 gold, 5 shilling.
Okay.
And that will be literally replacing your teeth with gold teeth.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yep, okay, fine. So please cross off 5 silver and 2 gold.
How do I convert gold crowns to silver shillings? I don't have 5 shillings, so I need to convert the gold crown. What's the conversion rate?
Okay, so the conversion rate is 20 gold. So 20 silver in 1 gold. If you have a look there, just say at the top as a summary there. 1 gold crown equals 20 silver shillings, or 240 brass pennies. Cool. Then Yeva, is anything that Ore was looking for? Bear in mind, you can change your distinguishing mark now then, Rob, from missing 2 teeth to now as 2 gold teeth.
No, not anything in particular, just wandering around town, looking, exploring this.
Just going to delete the injury that's on Rob's sheet. There we go. Okay, so
Yep, no,
Ore and
was
Rivian,
editing.
you spend the day together then. You do know by mid morning that the impending trial by combat is the talk of the town. Baron Eberhard von Damenblatz, a noble of some distinction from Wissenberg, has accused Gravin Maria-Ulrike von Liebwitz of Amberstein, the niece to Grand Countess Emmanuel I, the Elector of Nuln. The Grand Countess is renowned for her parties, and Baron Eberhard's father, Baron Otto von Damenblatz, died at one of the largest held during Nuln's famous Black Powder Week festival. Now his son is suing Gravin Maria-Ulrike, claiming she caused the Baron's death by poisoning or witchcraft. The Gravin claims the Baron drunk himself unconscious, slumped face first into a punch bowl, and drowned. The case would normally be heard in Nuln, where the party in question took place, but Baron Damenblatz appealed successfully to move the trial to a neutral location. After all, Nuln is under the jurisdiction of Grand Countess Emmanuel, who is also named in the complaint. After some legal wrangling, the plaintiff's lawyers have managed to persuade the magistrates of the Free Town of Kemperbad to hear the case. In theory, at least, they should be impartial. Now, for her part, Gravin Maria-Ulrike appealed successfully to be granted her ancient right of trial by combat, thwarting von Damenblatz, who hoped to sway a jury with lurid tales and low gossip about the goings-on at the Countess Emmanuel's infamous soirees in Nuln. Both nobles and their champions have therefore now arrived in Kemperbad, and preparations for the trial are underway. We'll get on then to the evening, whereupon you get back to the mansion, and you can see Farion's being kitted out in all the relevant Amberstein livery, and the replacement barrister is discussing with you what the rules are of the trial by combat. His name is Roland, by the way, and Roland details that under imperial law, nobles and others under certain circumstances can appeal for the right of trial by combat rather than face a jury. Many nobles and quite a few senior priests and influential merchants keep judicial champions amongst their retinue for this very purpose. The law surrounding trial by combat is complex, and parts of it are very old, dating back to the legal duels of the early tribes that founded the empire. Further, there are divers local variations, with many subtle differences in how laws are applied, so it's always wise to secure the services of a capable lawyer, hence Roland, before entering any trial by combat. Now, depending on the severity of the charge, a trial by combat may be fought to first blood, or until one combatant can no longer continue, and this particular trial is under first blood rule. So, in game terms, first blood is the first wound that causes a loss of more than 3 wounds. Lesser blows are considered to be bruises at best. Before combat begins, all parties will have to take an oath that their causes are just and that they will respect the law regardless of the outcome. The combatants and their weapons are inspected will be inspected for poison, sorcery or other trickery, and a priestess of Verena, who is the goddess of justice, will speak a prayer as she walks around the designated ring, asking that the goddess of justice watch over the fight. Now, the parties and their champions normally have free choice of weapons, although most local laws prohibit missile weapons. Some law codes, usually very ancient and localized, prescribe specific weapons for specific circumstances. In the Ostland village of Vendorf, for example, domestic disputes are settled by arming one spouse with a pot lid and a single turnip, and the other with a fist-sized stone in a sock.
Okay.
So for this particular combat, you do know that the champion itself is a gentleman by the name of... look. Where has he gone? It is Heinrich Butcher, and his chosen weapon is a rapier. He is also known to use a Zweihander, but he is electing for this to be a fencing contest if possible, and has therefore elected his single weapon to be a rapier.
Okay.
So we shall switch on to the following morning then, 9 AM. And I shall now drop you guys into here.
Will I be able, on the evening before, write my notes and stuff and send them out, or will I only be able to do it after this trial?
Part of the condition for winning was for you to have access to her network. So you can write your notes out as you wish, but you won't send it until the following day.
Yep, fair enough.
Now for this particular evening, we have got Alaric has come down with some mysterious stomach bug. He's been up all night spewing his ring up, rather like the appointed champion from beforehand. Very odd. It's been putrid green bile. Alaric will not be appearing in this film. As you're aware, Heinrich is always following at a distance, writing his notes of your exploits, specifically Oscar, your exploits, considering he is here in your employ to note your adventures and catalogue them accordingly. Everyone else is still here, including Rivian. So Farion, you are there at the side of the Gravin as her appointed champion.
Yeah.
And then Roland is her lawyer, and then the rest of the group is here at the side. You can see here at this side here, at the right of where the judges sit, the judges being here in the middle. You can see you've got the Gravin's entourage, selection of handmaidens and servants and bodyguards, etc. And you can see that there is a large tent being erected in her pink and yellow livery. Now, on the opposite side here, you can see the green and black of the Damerblatts. Again, you've got the chosen champion Heinrich alongside the Baron himself and his entourage as well. Now, the square contains the oval, as you can see here, marked out in the centre, marked off by colourful ropes secured to stakes set into the cobbles of the square. And there's an opening at either end, and on one side a group of servants in Damerblatt's livery of green and white and the odd bit of black mill around a pavilion from which green and white pennants flies. The Gravin servants quickly set up a similar pavilion, flying the ambastine colours of magenta, or pink, and yellow. Behind the rope, on the side nearest the courthouse, carpenters have built a grandstand with a box for the presiding magistrate and the two nobles to view the combat along with their lawyers, personal servants and other hangers-on. A further 13 seats are set aside for any member of the town council who might care to attend. Stout oak and iron gates give access to a narrow passage that runs alongside the courthouse, leading to the yard. An identical pair of gates mark the far end of the passage. Prisoners are conveyed here in locked carriages, and as a precaution against escape, they wait in the passage while one gate is closed and the other opened. Both pairs of gates are never opened at the same time. That is behind us. Behind where you are at the moment, sorry. The yard itself is surrounded by a 20-foot high wall, which is topped with iron spikes. It's featureless, apart from two gallows poles. Small doors in the back wall of the courthouse lead to the cells, where prisoners wait to be called for trial. So as you arrive here at 9 o'clock, the Gravin has sent for you to approach her, and you take your position up here to discuss. And straight away, the Gravin addresses you all. We've seen how low von Dammeblatz will stoop. He may try to bribe or threaten one of the magistrates, or tamper with the arena somehow, or, well, you would know better than I do. Just keep your eyes open and trust no one. And above all, and she points to you, Farion, look after this one. I've lost 2 champions already, and I can't afford to lose another on the day of the trial.
Okay.
So yeah, you've arrived here at the oval at the court, and you find an oval ring marked out with a rope. There's a few workers inside the rope sprinkling sawdust on the cobbles. That'll help you provide better footing and soak up any spilled blood. A wooden stand is being erected in front of the courthouse, and 3 ornate chairs in the middle are reserved for the town's magistrates. And seating either end of the stand is marked with the arms of Amberstein and von Dammeblatz. At either end of the arena, servants are erecting small pavilions for use by the 2 champions. Anybody want to do or say anything?
I would like to have a look around and just see if I can feel some magic.
Okay. Make me a test then, please.
What would it be? Would it be language magic?
If you are looking to speak it, it's a language magic test. If you're just looking to kind of detect anything, then it will just be a channeling test, I suppose. You are not attempting to channel magic, but in order to channel magic, you need to detect it in the first place. So yes, make me a channeling test, please.
Can't you see the winds of magic?
I
think she's got a talent, which means she can.
Yes, you do. You've got second sight. Any test to detect the wind of magic. So yes, there you go. Perfect. So yeah, that will enable you to detect it.
Well, I succeeded
it's a
in
success.
channeling it anyways.
Yeah. No, you can see no such winds. The winds are around, but no one's channeling them. No one's using them.
Okay. Well, I will walk up to my brother, and I'm gonna just in a very quiet voice say, "Well, for now I can't see any magical issues that could work against you." I'm gonna obviously keep looking. So it, yeah, for now. So I'm gonna try and keep looking out for it through the whole thing. So if you do need me to do any other additional roles, let me know. But I'm gonna be looking out for anyone.
Okay. 9:30, the champions' pavilions are raised, and servants carrying furnishings and equipment, as armour stands, weapon racks, and some light furniture, of which is your weapon of choice, Farion, your rapier.
Yep.
Bear in mind, all your other equipment is locked away. It's here on the stand, but so you know where it is. All your equipment's there, but you're only entitled to use the one weapon.
Yep.
Now, Roland, the Gravin's lawyer, is talking with a group of people in front of the stands. 2 men and a woman wear magistrates' robes, emblazoned with Kemperbad's town crest. The 4th is dressed in a lawyer's court garb, like Roland himself. Clerks stand to either side of the small group, making notes as the others talk. Rivian, you're closest. Do you want to listen in on the conversation, or are you keeping yourself to yourself? All right. So you can earwig quite easily, and you find that the conversation itself concerns the procedural details of the trial. The bout will commence at noon and will last until one champion is unable to continue. Not first blood.
Okay.
So, bearing in mind that at breakfast you were told about being first blood, might be something that Farion
Clearly not
to be made aware of.
Well, I will absolutely share that with people.
Okay. Yeah. So the Gravin's talking to Farion at the moment, and you come over, and the Roland, the lawyer's over here talking to them at the moment.
Oh yeah, I'll wait.
Yeah. Are you waiting for him to come over? Because you can see he's coming over now. Are you going to tell him before he gets a chance to do so?
You said, or he's about to?
Well, he's coming over. You don't know what he's going to talk about, but do you want to tell Farion before Roland does?
Yeah, I'll sort of motion to say, hey, come here.
Okay, I'll move over to him.
Right, yep, so yeah, you go over here with the rest of the group for a private conversation. And as you do so, then Roland then approaches Maria.
Yes?
Julian?
What we were told at breakfast is not what is happening.
In what way? Because it looks like we are set.
It's not going to be till first blood.
Okay.
Whoever gets in that fight is looking to get hurt.
As you turn around, you can see Roland is speaking to Maria, and Maria has lost her rag. You can see she's like a beetroot. She's that angry, and her arms are flailing around. And you can you've not heard her swear yet, and because of the noise, etc. You can't quite make out what she's saying, but you can tell from her body language that she's incredibly angry. So much so, Roland's actually like flinching as she's waving her arms around.
Well, this could be entertaining. When she has to come and tell me.
She looks around and sees you, and motions for you to come over.
Come on, everyone. Let's go see what she has to say.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So sure enough, she gets straight to the point. I have just been informed that the rules have been changed, and now this is lasting until one champion is unable to continue, as opposed to first blood. Just to confirm, this is not anything stupid such as to the death. Outside of in game terms, it's when a combatant is unable to continue when they are reduced to 0 wounds. So it's before they take serious injury. The idea is being that you become winded, you drop to a knee, that kind of thing.
Yep.
Actually, I am absolutely livid at this, and this is yet another case of being caught up in bureaucracy. If this had been in Nuln as we originally requested, then this would have been a lot fairer fight.
Why is it not a fair fight?
Well, it just they're changing the goalposts, aren't they? There was meant to be first blood, and all of a sudden it's unable to continue. I am confident in your abilities, but I'm just livid at the fact that they're changing the rules. Already, I've lost one champion definitely to von Dammerblatt's actions. The second one, let's face it, that's also going to be, isn't it? It could even be your dwarven colleague as well. Could also be affected by this. And now they're changing the rules. You can see she's tripping over her words, and she's that angry. She's seething.
Is there no legal thing which means that once it is set that they can't change it?
And that's what Roland's actually. You can see he's got a tome over and he's licking his fingers, skimming through pages. I'm searching everything, but I can't see anything. No, the rules here it's purely is down to Kemperbad's lawyers and town magistrates. The magistrates have decided this morning to make it more go on a
entertaining
bit
for
longer.
them.
That's entirely possibly it. Yes, the last trial by combat here has been 2, maybe 3 years ago. Let's have a look. Yes, almost 3 years ago. And as you can see, it's quite a large crowd gathering already. That could indeed be the reason for it. Anyway, whilst I'm here, I'd better check everything is in order with preparations for the trial. So whilst Roland is doing that and checking Farion over, you can see obviously the amount of people that are gathering. Everyone apart from Farion, please make me a perception test based on vision. Just a bog standard perception test.
Yes, what do I see?
Hold on.
Can you find that, Julian?
Trying to get to my sheet.
You're over here. Where you
The clock is in the way. I can take that down, right?
You can, or you can just double click at the top where it says clock and it'll minimise it.
Okay.
There's 2 ways into your sheet. You can either double click on your token,
Yep.
alternatively at the top right hand corner you can click on the little actors icon.
And I remember I gotta
person.
pop it out.
You can do if you want to. If you pop it out, there becomes a separate window on your desktop.
Right, and then I'm sorry. I'm going to skills
Yep.
or perception.
Yep, it's in alphabetical order if you scroll down on the
Yep.
left hand side. Click on where it says perception. Normal, which is challenging, and just roll. Okay, so the only person to spot this is Ore, and you have seen a familiar face in the crowd, who is over here. You recognise this lady as being Ursula, the lady from Kislev from the Three Feathers. You may remember that someone tried chatting her up, and she basically punched him square in the face and knocked him off his bar stool.
How was she?
She arrived on horseback, and in the morning, when everyone else was summoned downstairs, and there was even more deaths, if you remember, all the priests of Moor were found to be slaughtered in the room, she had disappeared.
Yeah, I was more. Where is she in the crowd?
Oh, sorry, she is here, look. Yep, that's her.
Okay. I am going. Obviously, I'm not going to point it out to my brother because I don't want to distract him before the fight.
As you're doing that, she's swiftly made her way round the oval and has approached over here. So she's not gone across as you've just seen there. She's gone all the way round, and she's actually approaching the magistrates, and she's actually on this structure here, speaking with the magistrates.
I am going to point her out to Rivian.
Yep. Okay. So, Julian, Rivian was asleep at the beginning of the Three Feathers session and didn't notice Ursula arrive. So you don't know, and therefore, when it gets to the morning, you've been told she disappeared. You don't know who you're looking at. She's not familiar to you whatsoever, other than the fact that you're aware this woman turned up late at night on horseback and then disappeared in the morning, mysteriously not there when everybody else was.
I will mention to Rivian. Might be an idea, just keeping an eye on her. There's something about her. She, she was just very slippery. And
as the two of you having this conversation, naturally, because of the distance, you can't hear what's being said, but you can see that she's speaking to one of the male magistrates, and the conversation has grown heated. He signals 2 guards who approach with their halberds at the ready, and Ursula strides off fuming. And she's disappeared back into the crowd now.
Right.
Okay. Move on to 10 o'clock as work continues on the stands. Part of one railing collapses on your stand over here. Now there's some minor injuries among some of the staff, but nothing serious. A couple of cuts and bruises, and that's about it. But there's been a lot of noise, and literally everyone's heads turning to have a look. From the Damenblatt's side, there's some jeering and sarcastic cheering.
Can I? In fact, does some of you want to go and have a look at their standing? And just make sure there's nothing untoward going on in there. For example, a giant mirror or some other reflective thing. So bear in mind we are going to be dueling at noon.
Yeah, sure.
I'm just thinking that we know that they are underhanded, and there could be something that they're setting up there to shine the light and dazzle me, to give their man an advantage.
Okay. So
While we're at
with that,
is there any chance we can get some large mirrors to put in our stand?
Maria says she likes your thinking and sends a pair of her handmaidens, servants, along with one of her guards, off to try and find a full-length mirror. And with that, then, so Oscar, you seem quite up for that.
No, I was for these people here to go, like Oscar, Vivian, or to go and have a look at their tent.
Yep. Okay. So Halder will stay here then. Rivian, Ore, and Oscar. Are the three of you going over to the side to have a look?
Yeah.
Yep. Go take a nosy.
Okay. So you go around the back of the stand, and you're approaching here. Whereupon you were immediately greeted by 4 of the Baron's guards. And like, whoa, where do you think you're going? It's quite evident that you're with the other side. Straight away, all 4 of them stood there, halberds in hand, not saying anything, but quite clearly making a wall so you can't get past. One of them gruffly says, "What do you want? What do you want?"
Nothing. Just taking a look round the stands.
Nothing to see here.
Guilty people often say that. And start walking away.
While that's occurring, the work on the stands is now complete over on both sides, but particularly obviously of interest for yourself over on your side. Servants have now hung curtains, while others are positioning chairs and bringing cushions. And in doing so, Heinrich and Halder are the first to sit in said cushions. Halder's loving this right now. He's sat down making loads of notes in his journal. Halder's just looking more and more pissed off by the hour. Because that's his natural stance. What are you guys doing over here? Oscar, with your new shiny teeth, gleaming in the mid-morning sun. What are you doing?
Well, as I said, just having a wander around, looking at the stand.
From what you can see, all three of you, there doesn't seem to be anything untoward there. You did see it being erected, so there was nothing under, on the wooden structure itself. And now there's curtains on there. You can't really see in as much, but it's not an enclosed structure. It's more like a gazebo. So you've just got flags on the corner and then a big canopy over the top, so you can still clearly see through the sides.
Is there a way around these halberd-wielding idiots?
If you attempt to get around, then if you attempt to go around them, then they will step in your path to block you.
No, not like straight at them. I mean, can you go like out of here and around and come back in through a different?
Oh, you can do, but you can quite clearly see. So, for example, as you do it, you walk over here, and then one of them will start following you at a distance. And if you're going around that way, he's going to be like, yeah, you're not coming in within the vicinity kind of approach. As soon as you start getting forward here, he'll stick his halberd up in your face and stop you getting past. But you can quite clearly go all the way around if you want to do it that way. He'll just obviously keep you at an arm's length.
Scroll off the screen. Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll just keep going all the way around.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, have a mooch, but bear in mind as you move around that this guy will be following you, and there's going to be a couple more dotted around, making sure everyone's all right. Some of the servants and other entourage are now taking seats on the stand, as does the Baron's elected champion. Along with the Baron himself. Meanwhile, over here, you get the handmaidens and servants also taking seats on here, and along with some of the bodyguards. And as the bodyguards are taking position, you end up with the Baron, the Gravin taking centre stage on here, with the bodyguards either side of her, leaving you just for a brief moment as Roland returns over here.
No,
For a brief moment, Farion. For a brief moment, Farion. Just a very brief moment, slightly exposed to a mob of street urchins. They are tired of waiting for the trial to begin, and you see them starting to scuffle. It's just here, right in front of the stand, and it's milling over towards you. And the bodyguards, there's only one of them nearby, as the rest are taken to the stand. The one nearby is not paying much attention to them because they're only kids. But you can see them getting quite hot under the collar and getting scuffling amongst themselves, and two of them begin fighting in earnest. Then one breaks away with several of his fellows in hot pursuit, and they're coming right your way. Apparently by chance, he runs right into you, and before you know it, there's actually four of them. I'd like you to make me a very hard perception test, please. This is everybody who's on that side, so it'll be... Oh, just you, isn't it? Because the other three are there, so they're not appearing on this film over here. So yes, just yourself then, please, Wal. So it's a very hard perception test, please. Okay. Marginal failure, no but. So you see them as they get just within engage range, so they're about 6 feet away from you. You can see all four of them draw something from inside their clothes, and as a consequence, they all actually attack you. Now then, they have got a modest weapon skill of 20. But they are getting a ganging up bonus. So the first one, he needs 20 or less.
The thing is, I've been trying to move for ages and I can't actually move. Oh, because the game's fucking paused.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. There you go.
Well, it's too late now.
Yeah. sorry, yeah. Second one is on plus 10%, so the second one is 30 or less hit you. 88, that's a critical failure. So the second one has gone to there and it's actually tripped up over the first one and then landed a bit in a heap at the side of you. The third one gets plus 20, so the third one needs 40 or less to hit you. Does so, and the fifth one therefore needs 50 or less to hit you. Also hits you. They both are doing strength D10 plus 1. Not strength, it's just D10 plus 1 damage to your legs. Literally, they're both going for the back of your knees.
But I don't get any chance to defend myself.
You will do in a second, yep. So that'll be a 5 and a 4. So yes. Now, because of you being surprised, I'm not going to allow you to defend yourself using your weapon. You are currently unarmed as well.
Yeah,
but I will enable you to dodge.
Yeah.
But because you failed on your test, this again will be a very difficult test. So feel free, please, to make me a dodge roll at your very difficult. And you've got 2 of them to try to dodge.
Very hard, yeah.
Yes. So success.
And I will use my talent to sidestep, so I'm no longer in engagement range.
Okay, yep. So what's happened here then? They've come towards you. The first one has missed you, but as you've done so, you've then dodged out of the way of the second one, causing the second one to trip up into the first one, and the pair of them go skedaddling over here and crash into this cart. The third and fourth one go to hit you, and all that happen is they end up with just some sharpened sticks, wickedly sharp sticks though, getting caught in your livery, yeah, your new tunic that you're wearing, and one of them just literally just grazes your knee. That's it. There's no damage whatsoever, and another one just like puts a hole in your cloak, and immediately scarper. The 2 that have here by the cart obviously are now bringing themselves to the feet, but you do get a chance to act before they run off.
Shout guards.
Yep, and these 2 guards immediately come running over as the 2
grab the kid.
Get up. One of them skedaddles straight up off the out of here with the guard in hot pursuit. The second one tackles this one to the floor and make sure he doesn't escape. This bodyguard here has given pursuit. You don't know where he's gone.
That's fine. Lawyer.
He comes over. Roland comes over. Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh. What's been happening here?
Him and his friends have just tried to attack me. Look, they've ripped the livery.
What's going on here? What's going on here?
I do believe, if questioned, you will find that these were set up by the opposition.
To which you see the kid on his ass is absolutely bricking himself with his big burly bodyguard pointing the spiky end of his halberd at him. Don't hurt me! Don't hurt me, mister! Don't hurt me! No, I didn't mean nothing. No, I'm sorry.
You meant to injure me.
No, I didn't know. I swear, mister. I was just doing as I was asked. I'm sorry.
By who?
I don't know, just a stranger. He holds up a purse, and it's a bulging sack of coins.
Shall we bring the magistrates here as well?
No, mister, please.
Yes.
Please, I don't mean no trouble.
No, it's okay. You may be of some use. Lawyer. Shall we bring the magistrates over? As somebody has clearly tried to interfere with the duel.
Absolutely, yes. And with that, he takes the urchin over to the lawyers.
I'll go with him.
Accompanied with the bodyguard and with yourself. While you're doing that, this other bodyguard returns empty-handed. Presumably, he's given chase and couldn't find him. Over the next 5 minutes or so, you see and hear what's happened. That the kids have all four of them were hired. They were given a small bag of coins from a stranger containing 80 brass coins, which to them is an absolute small fortune in their eyes.
Yeah.
And they were asked to literally just go for your kneecaps. That's all it was. Now they're given a description of the stranger, and the description in question matches the same description as Dominique. You know, the agent that you had beforehand in Three Feathers. Originally going by the name of Eliza, and said that she would.
The one that died.
Yes. She gave them this money literally weeks and weeks ago, and apparently the urchins have been on your trail and been asked to do it on this day ever since. So yeah, they've literally been travelling with you for the sake of 80 pence, been travelling with you, behind you, for 4 weeks, and struck at this very moment.
And were they told to attack me specifically?
Specifically, the champion, and that's why they were originally looking for a big burly bloke under the name of Bruno beforehand. And then there was found out to be a case of being here, being yourself.
So clearly, magistrates, there is foul play at work by the other side.
And with that, Roland, yes, leave it with me. I'll bring it to the magistrate's attention, and already you're talking to the magistrates. Brings one over.
Okay.
What, sorry?
While we're talking about rules, regulations, traditions, is there anything preventing me from walking around or within the combat arena before the time of the duel?
No, nothing at all.
Okay, then I'll listen to what the lawyer has to say to the magistrate.
Yep. So, which indeed, straight away the magistrate saying that it is something they can take into account, but it would be essentially classed as a separate offence and a separate trial required and a separate date set. Before anything else can occur, there is a loud blast of a horn, and led by a drummer boy and a servant carrying the family banner of the von Dammenblatt's party, and there's a load of commotion going on over here, and they're making an announcement that Baron Eberhard von Dammenblatt has arrived. He rides on horseback with his widowed mother, the Dowager Baroness Violetta, riding in a sedan chair. His champion Heinrich Botcher, and as does also footmen and other servants, and they've taken their places to the left of the magistrates, as you can see on the standee over here. Meanwhile, presumably Rivian and Ore, you're gonna come and take your places over here on this stand. And then you said, Wall, that you wanted to go and have a look, so feel free to do so. Oscar, that's yourself. Then Rob, have you finished walking the perimeter? Are you returning? Or did
Was
you
I
want
able to finish the?
Yeah. I've unpaused it. So you should be able to move yourself around.
I can't see myself. Where am I? Oh, up there.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm just gonna
You
trundle
can see
all the way
Farion's.
around.
You can see
Can I
Farion's
see
in the middle of
anything
the.
untoward?
No, just a large crowd gathering. As you can see, all these people here. It's meant to be a gathered crowd over time. So now, Botcher has taken a moment to acknowledge the crowd's cheers before heading to the pavilion. Especially these guys over here, they recognise him, having seen him fought before, and some gentle rounds of applause. But as he does so, he flinches for a moment before pulling a small feathered dart from the leather of his breeches. Baron von Dammenblatt hurries to his champion's side, followed by a lively junior official. It appears that an attempt has been made to injure, even kill the Baron's champion. And one of the magistrates has been called over, and already there's discussions going on about what's happening. Farion, it looks like you're coming over as well to listen.
I am,
yeah. Von Dammenblatt's claiming very loudly that someone in the Amberstein party is behind the attempt, probably acting on the orders of their unscrupulous mistress.
Himself.
And he's pointing to all of you, yourself included there, Farion, and Oscar. He's seen that you wandering around as well. And even Roland's getting pointed at, the lawyer, and anyone else in Amberstein Library for that matter, insisting that they be searched forthwith. And a few minutes go by, and obviously everyone over here is getting searched. You get some of the watchmen approach yourself as well, Farion, insisting that you be searched.
That's fine.
Yeah, they're patting you down. Have a look. You can see no weapons on you like that. You can see him already. The watchman are doing so nearby. It's sorry, my lord. You know, only a job. No accusations from us. And then from the other side of the oval, there's an almighty cheer, a big cry. Ah! Of course, a blowgun. And sure enough, you can see that Halder's pockets have been emptied, and he's got a confused look on his face. And he's like, for fuck's sake, not again. They found a blowgun on in his possession, and some darts. Now, it's clear that the dart fired at Botcher and is the exact match for those found in the wallet on on Halder's possession. The wallet has got 3 darts in, but it is a wallet that is capable of firing 4 darts. And without any kind of further question or anything like that, Halder is immediately marched off to the cells, where he will not be participating in the rest of the current climate, and he will face trial accordingly. After the question's over, he's been stripped of any all equipment and locked up, and the Gravin himself will face some questions after the trial is over.
Who's in? Is Haldir one of the party, or is he the scribe?
Miles' character.
Oh right, okay.
You can see by now that the entire crowd, as well as the magistrates themselves, are quite anxious and keen to that there's no further delays, and as a result, it gets to 11 o'clock, and some more of the Gravin's retinue have arrived and start joining you there on the your erected skull. Standee. Now,
is it Mr. Botcher? Botcher?
Yes.
Would you like to walk with me?
Not particularly, no.
Fine. As you can see, I am unarmed, and we are due to combat one another shortly.
Mm-hmm.
An attempt has been made on both of us. I just thought it would be better for us both were we to be within the ring in full view of everybody. So, I mean, I had people run up and try to attack me, not fire darts at me, but if you want to skulk here, that's fine.
He looks at the Baron, who takes a while, but then eventually solemnly nods, and then, sure enough, the champion trots down the stairs and comes round, and he comes round towards you, and he offers his hand. I must say it's been a while since I have met a member of your kin. I have had the esteemed privilege to have duelled several elves in the past, but in doing so, I don't think I've ever spoke with one before. So please forgive me if I am breaching any kind of custom or anything. It's something I'm not aware of or familiar with.
Don't worry about it.
I'm here purely as to do a job, and with that, he steps into the ring.
And I'll stay alongside him and say, and so am I.
Yeah. He does look immediately cautious of you.
Do not worry. We are both here to defend the people that we are employed by. I don't know how long you've been employed by this man. I'm only employed for this one event. But please, let's. if you've not had the chance to talk with an elf or a high elf, then please, let us walk around and through and inspect the combat arena together, and show that there is no animosity between us. We are just simply doing a job.
Absolutely, and in doing so, it gives us time to, and with that, he can see what the benefits this is, and he breaks off to wave at some adoring fans who are then cheering him. Gives us a chance to play up to the crowd somewhat, and you can see he flexes his muscles now, and there's a few cheers and stuff like that going on. So as you're walking around, Ore, you can see a gentleman here in the crowd, just here, who is studying the Gravin intently, as if searching for something. He's literally just staring at her and just like looking up and down. You know when someone's scanning someone from the other side of the room? That's what he's doing.
Okay.
Nothing untoward, just really trying to assess her. Okay, we'll move on to 11:15. That's giving you guys a chance to slowly walk around, maybe about 2/3 of the ring.
I'm just gonna chat with him, speak with just with him, and like make some polite pleasantries to anybody that may want to say anything. But it's just basically I'm wasting time. And keeping him, just basically, I just want to keep walking around here until it's time to get ready and.
Yeah, sound. Well, it's 11:15, and flanked by two watchmen, a herald in the town's livery marches into the ring and blows 3 flourishes on a trumpet, and with that, you can see that immediately the Heinrich Botcher, he immediately starts kind of slow running. So it's obvious that he's trying to increase his speed back to his side. Having heard the 3 flourishes on the trumpet, and you're encouraged to do the same and go over to your side. Hear ye, he cries. Order and silence for their worshipful eminences. Magistrate Hans Richter, Magistrate Hannah Anwalt, and Assistant Magistrate Gerhard Urteil. And the hubbub around the ring dies down a little as the 3 towns magistrates take their seats. Then nothing happens. again, you can see some of the crowd getting a bit restless, and yeah, the magistrates have taken the seats. Some of the town's councillors councillors have also taken seats up here as well, and you can see Roland here in the corner of that stand, frantically making notes.
I'm just going to carry on walking around
Yeah.
the arena, checking for any possible poor footing areas.
Okay. 11:30. The crowd is starting to grow restless as the herald blows another blast on his trumpet. Hear ye, he cries. In the matter of the noble Baron Eberhard von Damenblatt of Wissenberg against the noble Gravin Maria-Ulrike von Liebwitz of Amberstein, concerning the death of the late noble Baron Otto von Damenblatt, let the parties and their champions come forward and be duly sworn. So the two nobles and their champions are now asked to enter the ring. So sure enough, in comes the Baron with his champion, and in comes the Gravin, and encouraging you to follow her.
Do you want to move me? I'm away from keyboard.
Yep. There you go. And they are joined by the town's High Priestess of Verena, who is known as Mother Petra Steinmetz. Now, after a momentary pause where she carefully examines each champion, she then administers the Oath of Verity, the first step in their preparations for the trial. So you've heard her say the following speech to the opposition, so to Heinrich Botcher. So now she turns to you, Wal, Farion, and says, "Repeat after me. I swear before all assembled here."
Swear before all assembled here.
"And in the sight of Verena."
And in the sight of Verena.
"That my cause is just and my case is truthful."
That my cause is just and my case is truthful.
"I swear that I shall abide forever."
I swear that I shall abide forever.
"By the results of this trial."
By the results of this trial.
"Seeking no further remedies."
Taking no further remedies.
"And pursuing no other means."
And pursuing no other means.
If my appeal to Verena's judgment.
If my appeal to Verena's judgment.
Should be unsuccessful.
Should be unsuccessful.
May all-knowing Verena.
May all-knowing Verena.
Strengthen the hand that is true.
Strengthen the hand that is true.
And see justice prevail, this I swear.
And see justice prevail, this I swear.
Now, while all eyes are upon the swearing in, von Damenblatt has seemed to be really giving Maria the dirties and really like sneering smile and stuff like this. Now, Rivian and Oscar and Ore, I want you please to make me a perception test. Now, the target of that perception test is equal to a strength test. So stealth test, sorry.
Difficult. Stealth, not perception?
No, you're going to be making it in a post-stealth test. Post-test. Your perception against this stealth.
I see. So difficulty
the
is...
stealth in question is minus 5. So can you beat minus 5? Christ. So yeah, perception, and you've got to beat minus 5.
And
Ore's got minus 1. All you got to do is succeed here, Julian.
Okay, just roll. Don't make a difficulty modifier.
Correct.
Yay.
Okay, and yourself as well, Rob? Make a perception test.
Yep. Just normal.
Yep. Okay, so you and Ore haven't noticed anything. Rivian, however, you have noticed over here, which is on your side, over here, and we'll just move this guy out of the way. You can see, just see this the right way. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. He's coming around here. So you turn round, Julian, and here you can see a hooded figure. Just as I said, it was like a gazebo style. You can see someone pop up with a hood over the head, and place a small wicker basket on the floor of the pavilion.
It looks to me that I'm relatively within melee range or within grabbing range.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach out and be like, hold on a tick.
You've got the wicker basket between you and this individual.
How big is the wicker basket?
The wicker basket is probably about 18 inch to 2 foot wide and about a foot long.
So I mean, that's more like a laundry basket. Like it's big.
Fairly big, yeah.
Big-ish. Okay. I mean,
so therefore, what I'm saying is, it will block any attempt to get to that person.
Is there something?
Are you looking at grabbing the basket and moving it out of the way, kicking it out of the way, jumping over it to get there, or just ignoring it altogether and throwing something at this individual? What you want to do?
My intent is to lay my hands on them and to get a hold of them.
Right. Okay. In which case, I want you to please make me a unarmed attack. So you'll be wanting to use. You don't have melee brawling, so just a bog standard melee test. However, when you do so, because of the difficulty in the fact that they're underneath the pavilion and there's an obstacle in the way, I'm going to say this is a hard test, please. So choose hard -20.
And I'm sorry, melee?
Just box standard melee, yeah. And it is against. Fucking hell! This guy cannot roll for shit. -5. All you got to do is succeed. It's a failure. It's marginal failure, no but. So what you've done is you've gone darting forward to get your hands on this individual, who's immediately slipped under the pavilion, and you don't know which direction they've gone. And as you do so, you knock into this basket and knock it over, knock the lid off. And out of the basket slithers a viper.
Motherfucker.
Why did it have to be snakes?
I'm going to be like, hey, hooded bad guy.
Immediately attacks you.
Of course.
You get to roll your defense on that. So if you double click on your sheet now, Julian, and click on the combat tab, you should see it says attacker Imperial Viper. You need to just
click on Imperial Viper.
No, you click on you click on where it's a scimitar.
Oh, okay.
You've not. This is a case of you now going to get your scimitar to defend yourself, and whether or not you get there in time. So -1. So it has hit you in the head.
Great.
So it's gone for your neck.
Perfect.
Now this is specifically what is known as an Imperial Viper, which is not the most pleasant of creatures.
Right.
It's 3 feet in length and is one of the more deadly snakes in the Empire. typically inhabits meadows, fields, and rocky hillsides, and as a result, you have seen some on your travels throughout the Empire. It is known for its irritable disposition. It readily strikes on approach, and its venom is potent enough to kill. And you've now got this.
Great, on my neck.
Yeah. So we go into combat rounds with the guys here, but I'm not going to officially go into any kind of like combat per se and start going initiative rounds, shit like that. I'll just simply give the highest initiative chance to act first, which would be Ore. You've seen this. You've not seen the agent who's placed up there. You've just seen this. You've seen Rivian dash forward and clumsily knock into this basket, and this snake's come out and bit him. It's now attached to his neck. What do you do, Yeva?
I going to obviously I don't have any of my weapons, do I?
They are there at the side of you. You don't actually have them on you. All your belongings are there on the stage. That's why I say Rivian just gone to draw his scimitar, but as he's done so, it's a little bit too slow.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try and. The people don't like magic here, do they?
Well, you are handily right next to some gallows.
Yeah. I just realised people here don't like magic, do they? Yeah, I'm gonna go to grab my staff, pack the thing. Well,
Attack the snake with your stuff?
yeah, sort of try to play golf with the snake.
Whilst it's attached to Rivian's neck.
What could possibly go wrong?
Go for it. Remember the targeting thing? Click on your crosshairs.
Surely there's some. Surely there's some bits that are not wrapped around his neck. Try and aim for those.
He's only got his fangs on him right now. It's not a constrictor. It's a biter.
Yeah, so
Viper.
So there's like bits hanging off. So I'm gonna try and knock it away. But
We've just fixed one character's teeth. Batter up.
Hold on. Let me. Oh, there we go. And then go back to that. And where is my left holy arm?
Yeah, just doing. If you click on combat, you should find the stuff there. Okay, +1 success levels.
Right leg. Mm-hmm.
That's impressive on a snake.
Yeah.
Leg.
Right.
See, I've aimed for the tail. I'm playing golf with its tail. So, and I hit the tail. Does it go flying and splatly?
Already one of us Imperial Viper by 2 success levels. Okay, doing what would be 3 damage then. So it's sufficient to knock it off. You've caused a little bit of damage to it, but it's released its grip on Rivian.
Do I
Then we get
knock
to.
it against like a wall? Do I?
Yeah, you've knocked it off him. It's still there on the deck of the pavilion now, leading to the nearby handmaidens and servants screaming. Oscar, you've now seen what's happened. You've seen Ore jump forward, and it looks, from your point of view, that she's gone to attack Rivian with her back end of a stick. As she's used her staff, she's hit something, and then the two nearby handmaidens are screaming as the bodyguard goes to ready his halberd. And as he turns around to get his halberd, Oscar, you can then see here, there's this viper here.
I need to make a commentary on Warhammer Fantasy
I didn't hear
Roleplay.
any of that. You broke up completely.
Okay, I'll repeat that in a second then. What was that, Julian?
I want to make a commentary on Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. We want it to be like Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings. But what this bullshit actually ends up being is like a horrible episode of Benny Hill.
Sorry.
Like the biggest bunch of jokers who are trying to look cool, and then these dice are just like, guess again.
To be fair, I originally wanted to go for Drain, but then I did remember that it was told. Well, I was told at the start of the thing that, magic is frowned upon.
Well, in case of how you would disguise it. I mean, if you could do like a Crocodile Dundee grab and like snap its neck, but in actual fact you're not snapping its neck, you're draining its life force. But
well, I do usually. I am usually quite like in the descriptions and stuff. You can see that there is some sort of shenanigans happening. So.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
So just to repeat myself then, Rob, from what you can see, it looks like Ore has suddenly grabbed her staff and attacked Rivian. However, a split second later, you can see that Ore has hit something very... looks like she's hit Rivian. Something's been flown off Rivian. The two nearby handmaidens are now screaming and shirking and moving away from this thing. And then as the nearby bodyguard turns around to grab his halberd, you can see what it is. It's a snake that's there on the pavilion decking. What do you do?
I'm going to run to the bathroom. Try not to kill me.
Have I got my quarterstaff on me? Has that been seen as a weapon? Take it away.
Your quarterstaff is right in front of you on the nearby weapons rack, so you can easily grab it.
Right. So I'll grab that and try and pin the thing down.
Okay. Yep. So come racing around here to attack it. So yeah, if you use your crosshair and use your targeting thing on it, and then once you've done that, go into the combat tab on your sheet, and then click on your quarterstaff.
No modifiers?
Correct. So that is a marginal failure, which is a no but. And that is a success. So, yeah, you've not hit it, but in doing so, you've managed to knock it off the pavilion, and it's now on the floor at the side of you.
Okay.
So you got it away from the crowd. It then slithers under the pavilion, and you don't know where it's gone.
I've lost it. It's under there somewhere. Watch yourselves.
So meanwhile, naturally, all that commotion that's gone on over there, and you're being sworn in, Farion, you're completely oblivious to it all. Yep. So once the oaths are sworn, the herald blows another flourish on his trumpet, and the nobles return to their seats in the stands. So the nobles go over here, leaving you two there with your chosen. Leave you two there in the centre of the oval. You've still not got your equipment as of yet.
No.
Then liveried court officials inspect the two champions and their equipment. So they've now gone to look at your chosen items. In this case, your rapiers. And after a few minutes, they stand before the magistrates and declare that nothing untoward has been found. The magistrate responds with a wave of their hands, and the trumpet sounds again. The champions then retire to their pavilions to prepare themselves. Now, as you come over here, I believe before you get to the pavilion, more than one person likely to got something to say to you. Anyone want to say anything to Farion as he approaches the pavilion?
Out for the snake.
There's what today?
I said, watch out for the snake. There's a snake under the pavilion.
Oh. Is it just me, or do we think that now that the weapons have been inspected, is the perfect time to interfere with them?
Okay, the Viper slithered out from the pavilion and is looking rather hostile. The aide has given you your rapier. You've got higher initiative. What do you do?
Is it coming for me?
Absolutely.
I'm going to back away from it. If I move away from it, will it get an attack of opportunity or something like that?
Well, no, it's not engaged with you yet, but it's quite evidently about to strike.
Okay, then I will back away and move away from it.
Yep.
I don't want to risk getting any poisons and stuff on my weapon. Oh, yeah.
Okay. In which case, then everyone's aware of it now, and it slithers out under here within full view now of everybody. And this bodyguard here chops his head off with his halberd. And there's much commotion going on.
I mean, I suppose that was an opportune moment to strike at it and try and get some poison on there, but that would just be naughty.
The crowd is obviously aghast at what's gone on, and the whole area now seems to turn up a notch with the crowd themselves. So, as you are now preparing with your weapons, etc., the High Priestess of Verena walks around the perimeter of the ring, accompanied by two acolytes, and she's now sprinkling the sawdust with blessed oil and chants a succession of prayers intended to prevent any attempts to interfere with the bout. Whereupon she then returns to the stand. The herald then re-enters the ring at bang on 12 noon. And blows his trumpet again. Silence falls as he turns to the magistrates in the stand. And they nod their permission that the trial may commence. Hear ye, he cries, in the matter of the noble Baron Eberhard von Damenblatz, Lord of Wissenberg, against the noble Gravin Maria-Ulrike von Liebwitz, Baroness of Amberstein and Lady of Nuln, concerning the death of the late noble Baron Otto von Damenblatz, Lord of Wissenberg. Let the champions come forth and let the trial begin. So the two champions.
Was the snake dispatched?
Yes.
Great.
Two champions come out of their pavilions. And face off. Magistrate Richter raises a white handkerchief in the air, and for a long moment, all is hushed. And then he lets the handkerchief fall, and the fight is on. So we go into a bog standard combat round. Let's have you two as advantages, as participants. Toggle combat state. Roll initiative for everyone. So Farion, you've got the higher initiative. What do you do?
Charge him.
All right, straight off the cuff, go for it. Yeah, because of where you are, you have not got enough movement to class as charging.
Oh. Right, okay.
You have to move. It's a double move. It's charging, but you need to move at least your standard movement allowance to class as charging.
Okay. Right. Well, yeah. I thought I'd be able to charge him then from there, but never mind. So I've got. Is it that? Yeah. So just do straightforward attack then.
Yep. Don't forget to use the crosshair to target him, etc.
There we go.
You weren't targeting, so it's not popped up on here. It's fine. Oh.
Well, I've got him targeted. Is it because I clicked that, and then I've got him, and then I targeted him, and then I clicked roll? I don't know.
It's not come up on here. Never mind. Still click it on here. Trappings. Rapier. Sorry, I've just forgotten how to equip things.
Okay.
Just go there.
I'll pop that out there anyway and see if there's.
Item. Edit item. Nope.
Nothing in there. Effects.
Sorry, I presumed this guy would have everything already on it, and I can't find a way. Oh, hang on a minute. Apparently, the rapier is property of Maria-Ulrike von Liebwitz. Well, that's wrong, isn't it?
Right.
That's why I can't equip it.
Yeah, unlucky.
Well, that's wrong. So let's edit that. Edit that. Get rid of that. Save it. Don't want to split it off. I want to fucking equip it. No idea. I'll just make a standard roll then. Melee fencing. $22 against your 51 success level again, and he's gotten 6 success level. Astounding success with a critical. So you've gone charging towards him and lunging in with your rapier, and he definitely sidesteps to the left and leaves you stumbling forward past him, and you immediately realise that you've completely underestimated your opponent.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than attacking, he then takes the opportunity to instead taunt you. So this is going to be an intimidation roll. 53. I need you please to make a coolness roll.
Boom.
That's fine. Yeah, so he's basically making out and showing everyone to the crowd what a fool this guy is. As you've then taken a few further steps forward and turned around to face him again, and you can see he's got his offhand. It was behind his back. He's now bringing it forward and he's using it to kind of like shrug as if to say, "What was that?"
Okay.
Round 2.
Okay.
Your action.
Oh God, fucking hell. I'll attack him again then. Have I got? I've got bits and pieces there. What does fate do? Fortune result. I don't have any fortune, do I? Or should I have got that back?
Yeah, you should have got that back. Fortune is a reroll.
And I should have a resolve, yeah?
Correct. So you got.
I'm gonna
-1,
I'm
you
gonna
got
fortune
+4.
it.
Okay.
So I'll just do that again. Fuck off. Lost the targeting. Oh, even better.
Yep. So again, you've gone lunging in, and the exact same thing happens again. And the fact that he just nimbly steps to the side, he goes stumbling forward, and as the crowd are immediately laughing, and it's all about the spectacle for Heinrich.
Mhm.
And he turns around to see what's going on basically, and just like, look, is this guy for real? Now, before we start round 3, there is an almighty explosion of fairly epic proportions emanating from the back of the courthouse. The ground is rocked, and several hundred yards away, some of the more precarious buildings perched upon the cliff sides of Kemperbad fall loose into the Reich below. There's a sharp intake of collective breath as a fiery plume rolls into the heavens. The magistrates, as they gather their wits, frantically signal for the bout to be stopped. The herald immediately comes and intervenes between the pair of you, blowing his trumpet and yelling for the champions to return to their pavilions immediately, of which Heinrich obliges. The herald's asking you to do the same, please.
Yeah, I had to take it off targeting first.
Thank you. Watchmen from around the square run into the courthouse, and the guards flanking the stands escort the 3 magistrates inside, while everyone else either scrambles for a view of the damage or simply stands there, unsure of what just happened.
Okay.
Unless anyone wants to do anything, we'll fast forward. 12:15 now. The magistrates and guards return and signal the herald, who announces that the bout should recommence, and calls the 2 champions from their respective pavilions. So you can see Heinrich's thinking, oh, fine, what enough. He looks a bit disgruntled, but other than that, he returns to the centre again. An excited rumour runs through the crowd that a criminal gang tried to blow up the courthouse to free a prisoner who was imprisoned there. Ore and Oscar and Rivian, you can hear some of the nearby townfolk talking, and details are varying wildly between depending on who you listen to. Some say that the escape was successful, others that everyone involved was killed. Some say the back wall of the courthouse was brought down, others that the explosion caused no damage. Some say the criminal was a murderer, others a racketeer, others are certain he was actually a washerwoman accused of witchcraft who escaped by means of some spell. There's all sorts of weird and wonderful and wacky ideas arriving. But one thing is for certain, that a few minutes later, probably about 10, maybe 15 minutes after the explosion, Haldir re-emerges.
Guess he got let out.
He says, yeah, there was an almighty explosion, so there was a big gaping hole in the wall, so I was able to escape.
Convenient.
Yeah, so the herald's now motioning for you to rejoin, please, Farion. As we begin again. Now, are you purposely holding off, so you're giving yourself an extra distance for charging this time?
Yes.
Okay, right, let's go. Round 3, off you go.
So am I able to charge him now?
Yep.
There we go. Fuck right off. Loving it.
81. Blimey.
Yeah.
I would love to know why I can't actually add this.
I'd like to know why I can't roll low.
Pins. No idea. Anyway, in the middle of the game, it's not the ideal time to be doing that. Let's just roll the respective skill. Melee. Nope. Melee fencing. Roll. Yep, so the same thing again, 3 times in a row. Just steps to the side, you clumsily come falling forward. This time, however, I would like you, because you rolled... no, it doesn't matter. No, it's only a marginal failure. You've not lost your footing or anything. But this time, Heinrich is going to take the opportunity to strike back.
Okay.
But he is going to remain rather sporting with it, and this is going to be an unarmed attack on you. It's basically just going to leg you up. So, combat, unarmed, roll. You've still got your defense, so if you click on your combat, it should give you the option to defend yourself on that.
Well,
Under combat tab,
oh, right,
that's it's attacking you, so now you choose your rapier or your sword breaker.
Well, I've not got my sword breaker, have I?
Correct, yeah. So it's just your rapier.
Oh, so it's just a normal one.
Yeah. So that means Farion won. So yeah, he's gone to leg you up, but as you do so, you can see it's coming. So you take a little tiny jump to jump over his leg, and end up over here as he then circles round to you. Round 4. Your turn. So
Just having a look at his rapier, does it appear to be any different?
no, they just not used it yet.
No, that's fine. About fucking time. 23 plus 5 success levels.
Success. So you win by 3 success levels. So yeah, it is 12 damage. That hurts a lot. And that is onto the right leg. So
Yeah.
you've plunged it squarely into his thigh. And he winces in pain, and you can see a sudden realization that that it's not a game anymore. It is a case of we are here to do a job. And you immediately withdraw your rapier, and he looks to attack again. But before anyone can act, this figure here edges around the outside of the ring, trying to get closer to the spot where Gravin Maria-Ulrike sits in the stands. And when he is more or less in front of her, something horrific happens. Sawdust flies into the air, as a greenish-white flame erupts from the ground between the two champions. Right here. And the crowd draws back, and there are screams, and some are even trampled. A shape begins to form within the flame. A distorted image of a man is in the centre of the flame, wavering as though seen through a heat haze. His eyes bulging and his mouth opened in a perpetual scream. The figure immediately flies across the oval in an almighty blinding motion. And it's at this point that you guys over here, so Yeva, Rob, and Julian, you can tell from this guy's turned around, you get a good look at his garb. It's quite obvious that he is a witch hunter. And this figure is flying at the witch hunter, trying to lock its insubstantial fingers around his neck. As it does so, the herald blows a trumpet again, signalling that the bout should stop. What do you do? Anybody, what do you do?
I will stop. And I will say to Heinrich, does this usually happen like this in the Empire?
He looks around and goes, I have no idea what to make of this.
This is my first rodeo.
Pavilion PCs? Oscar? Rob? You seen this thing launch its way over here?
What happened? What happened to me after getting bit? Did I take damage? What happened?
Well, we'll find out later.
Oh, good times.
I don't know. Is any of this like normal looking to me? I don't know if I've ever seen one of these.
No, it's definitely a spirit of some description. So the first thing I'm going to need from you, all of you on the pavilion, is I am going to be needing, please, a cool test from you all. It has got Fear 2, so you need 2 success levels.
One more time, what kind of roll?
Cool.
Cool. It's under basic skills.
I'm cool.
Oscar's a marginal success. He needs 2. He's only got 1.
Oh, unlucky.
Rivian is absolutely not in any way passing. You are absolutely fucking bricking it, mate.
You do have a reroll of
that's the worst?
Yes.
Oh, come on.
That's 100.
Oh.
I thought 100 was the best.
No.
Come on.
Critical failure. So yes, as per what Wald just said, you can use a fortune point if you wish. You get one. You get one each round. It's like fate points in.
Well, fuck yeah.
So turn your fortune to 0 on your sheet, and then give it a reroll. It's on your main tab in the middle.
So there's a right-click menu for the actions on the right-hand side here.
Yep, thank you.
When I do so, there's an option there of use a fortune point to add 1 success level. Can I do that? And then I've got my 2.
You can indeed, yes.
There you go.
Well,
if you do the same, Julian, on the chat window, you've put yourself far. I'll put you back.
Well, yeah, it just keeps going up. I was trying to.
Right click takes it down.
I see.
But rather than doing that, if you want to click on the chat window on the right there, Julian, I'll put you back on 1 for now. If you do the same as what Rob's just done, right click and then you get the option to use a fortune point to re-roll. Can you see that? So you're right clicking where it says Rivian Cool Test 100 versus 49.
Just right click in the box.
Yep, and then from that third from the top, it should say use a fortune point to reroll.
It says make private or delete.
Yeah, that's 2. If the third one down should be use a fortune point. If not, I can do it for you.
Yeah, just do it, because yeah, whatever.
Fine. That's a failure, but at least not a critical failure. So Aure's failed, Rivian's failed, and Oscar has passed. So because you've failed that, but not critically failed, that means that in your action you can't move yourself closer, you can't engage it. You can, however, make another cool test. If you fail the second one, you'll become broken and have to run away. If you pass it, then you're not affected, and you can act as normal. So I'll add you to the combat state. There we go. And there we go. Roll all. Boom, boom, boom. And also, let's add that on, and let's add that on. Boom, and boom. So, Farion, you've still got the highest initiative, so it's your action. Do you wish to do anything?
Nope.
Okay, fine. Heinrich's doing the same. He literally just comes and stands at the side of you and starts like looking at what's going on. So then we move to Aure. So you need to make another cool test, please, Yeva. And you want to be passing this one, or else you're broken.
Oh, yes.
+5, expressive success. Yes, and. So, yeah, that means you can act as normal this round.
Okay.
What do you do? If anything.
Not actually sure on what I'm doing. Apart from the fact that obviously I've passed it.
Where's me black?
I'm just gonna put for this round, really.
Okay, fine. Rivian. Julian, you'll need to do the same. Another cool test. And if you fail this one, you'll be broken and be forced to flee.
Great.
Yep. So you
Resolve?
will have to... Yeah, if you use a resolve point, that will... If you want me to do it, I can do it for you. You've got
Sure.
one resolve. You get that back at the end of the round. That removes the status from you, so you automatically pass, basically.
Let's do that.
So you're no longer broken. Cool. But you can't act this round. Oscar, Rob, you pass completely, so you get to act as normal. What do you do, if anything?
I don't know what there is that I can do. I mean, am I actively being attacked, or?
No, you are not. But you can see there's this gentleman who's quite clearly a witch hunter. You can tell that from the way he's dressed, the equipment he's carrying, etc. Being attacked by some kind of spirit.
Oh shit. That's better. Ooh.
What do you do?
I'm just looking. I'm just thinking about what I could do. Just remind me, what happens when you've memorised a spell?
It means you don't need to be flicking through your book to get it.
But I still need to do the channeling and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I'll try and zap the thing with a bolt of light then.
Okay. So if you successfully channel, that will then give you a bonus to the respective casting later. So you want to be clicking channeling.
Yep. No change in difficulty, just normal challenging.
Correct. Yep. And then you add these success levels to your. Oh, you would add those success levels to your casting roll next turn. So that's an impressive failure. But you've not rolled doubles, so you've not invoked anything bad from the Winds of Magic.
I'll just
Okay.
stand there.
The ghost then attacks the witch hunter. And charging and roll. So yeah, it's come charging towards him with its hand, and you can see that the witch hunter has drawn a silvered sword, and with it he flourishes it and manages to beat the thing's wrists away. It's then his action to target it back, and he does so. And spirit defense. So it's caused 15 wounds on its right arm. Wow. So yeah, he's now attacked its right arm and plunges his silvered sword into it. It steps back and it's quite evidently been hurt by this sword, and a few moments later, the Kemperbad's High Priest of Mor has gained his wits and begins to intone a prayer, and you can hear there's like a chanting coming from the side of him. New round. Farion, what do you do?
Nothing. I'll just keep talking to the Heinrich.
Okay. Heinrich says to you, you know, I did hear stories, you know, the guy over there, he's the witch hunter is Matthias Hubkind, and I understand that he sentenced someone to death, burned at the stake here. Right here, actually, where we stand, I think it was. People have said for years that the guy was wrongly convicted and potentially even innocent. Before anyone else can act, then there's an almighty blinding flash of bolt, like a bolt of light, shining straight down from the sky. And this spirit just simply just disappears and vanishes completely. You can see that the High Priest of Mor is quite disturbed what's going on, and you see a bead of sweat coming from his brow, and he's got some kind of like a censer stick with candles and stuff attached to it, and he's immediately like wafting around the area, and he's spraying oils and stuff all over the area. He's continuing some chants and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden the witch hunter then gets onto his knees, and he's doing the same. He's getting amulets out of his bag, and he's lighting candles, and he's doing all sorts of rituals around the area where this spirit was. While that's occurring, the magistrates officially call a break so that order can be restored, and those injured in the stampede can receive medical attention. And the Gravin turns to you guys, specifically yourself, Yeva. and says, "Are you able to administer any kind of aid? There's a gentleman there who looks like he's injured his foot. Do you have any kind of medical training?"
I am sadly not one to look towards medical skills.
That would be
How about
me.
yourself? And she looks at you, Oscar. Are you able to assist?
I'm afraid not.
And with that, some of the town watchmen start patching some folk up, and eventually by 12:30, order is finally restored. The last of the injured are carried off to the temple of Shalaya, and the magistrates give the order for the bout to restart. And just as they do so, you can see that what have we called him? Roland, the barrister, Roland the barrister. He, you can see that he's clutching his neck and he cries out in dismay, and there's he then pulls a dart out of his neck and he holds it up to show the Gravin, who then stands and approaches the magistrates. And the bout, before it can begin again, he's stopped again, yet again, to some jeers and boos this time from the crowd while the dart is examined. Guards are dispatched into the crowd to try and find the attackers. All they come up with is a discarded blowpipe. Presumably the attackers dropped after firing the dart. When they return, they find that Roland is rather black-faced and not quite dead, but certainly on his last legs. He's carried off to the Temple of Shalaya to try and receive some kind of medical assistance. So a clerk's now stepped in to take over for the rest of the trial. We get to 12:45, and by now the magistrates make another attempt to restart the trial, signalling that the champions to take their positions, as one of the magistrates raises a handkerchief. And
oh, fucking...
get in here. Okay, what do you do?
Charging.
Okay.
Boom.
Boom!
Motherfucker.
That's a parry. So in this instance, you've gone for your right. You've gone for his left arm. So you've come charging in, lunging in, and he's definitely turned the blow to the side, and then strikes you back. Or at least attempts to.
Son of a bitch.
7.
So I've now got my...
defense, yeah.
So just...
under your combat. Just click on that, that's it, yeah. Right, that's a fumble. So he has won by 7 success levels. That is hitting your right leg. I need to use your rapier and roll for damage on that. What is it?
Skill
damage of
bonus plus
7. 7 plus a success level of 7, so that's 14. And then a strength test. No, it's not. It's just 14. Yeah, 14 damage to your right leg. That's enough to cause a critical.
Alright, he wins.
But not necessarily, because you have got. Let's have a look. No, that's it. Right, okay. So he's caused, it would be 12 damage on you, would that? But in doing so, he's knocked your. Hang on, no, it would be 14 or no. Right, instead of that, because you fumbled, he's elected, instead of causing damage, he's elected to disarm you. So you've come charging in to attack his off-arm, his offhand. He's definitely parried it with his own rapier and swirled the sword round and knocked it flying from your hand. So he disarmed you.
Okay.
So the next round, presumably, you're going to go and pick your sword up.
Yeah.
And he graciously retreats, steps back for him, allowing you to do so. Before we begin round 8, Magistrate Gerhard Ertail suddenly stands up, his face a mask of horror and his arms stretched out toward the crowd. Now, Yeva and Julian, you may remember that he is the same magistrate who argued with the bounty hunter Ursula Kopfgeld earlier. Scanning the crowd, you find that she's standing toward, find her standing toward the back with a small sleeping child on her shoulder. "Hannah!" bawls the magistrate, rushing down from the stands and running across the ring where the champions have just begun to fight. As it is, get out of tail. There we are. So he's come rushing straight down into here where you're right in the middle of your fight. The herald quickly stops the battle once more, to more boos and catcalls from the crowd, as the magistrate crosses the ring and tries to push his way through the crowd on the other side. And Ursula is already running towards a horse that is hitched to a post outside a nearby building. What are you going to do?
I've had enough of this. Yeah, done.
Okay. What does anybody else do? Anything?
No?
No.
Okay,
I'm
in
not-
which case then, Ursula's on horseback and she hightails away with this baby over her shoulder. I guess at 1 o'clock, the herald signals for the champions to return. And take your place again, please.
Isn't there a limitation to the number of interruptions?
Gravin turned around and says, "Come on, you've already struck him once on his thigh. He's evidently quite injured. Stop messing around with him. Get it over." You can see that the clerks are making notes, and both nobles are shooting each other glances that are smug and venomous by turns. Whenever one champion's being wounded, the other. The Gravin just as frustrated as you are and want it to make a stand, finish it. The crowd's booing now as well, really keen to get it over and done with.
Charge in again.
Just as you're about to, 8 watchmen step into the ring. And he's made his way through the crowd. There we go. 6, 7, 8. And you step forward, and in doing so, Heinrich's distracted. You bowl him down onto the ground, and you're immediately, presumably, you're stepping forward with your rapier at his throat, are you? Because he's on the floor, like looking defeated, or are you going to let him allow him to get back up?
I'll allow him to get back up. I'll back up.
Okay. As you do so, these 3 watchmen grab a hold of him, whilst these 4 encircle you. And this one draws a dagger, and whilst Heinrich is being grabbed by these 3, this 4th one unsheaths a dagger, and then changes his mind, puts his dagger away, and draws a sword, and with one almighty hack, just cleaves Heinrich's head straight off his shoulders. As blood pours onto the ground, all 8 watchmen begin to cry, "Blood for the blood god!" Anybody wishes to pass a challenging law theology test? If anybody has law theology?
I think we all know what it is.
I'm assuming. What was it? Law theology?
Law theology. If you don't, then you can't test.
Would if it cane? Would
It's corn,
corn? No,
not cane. No.
no. Never mind then.
So in this instance, I'll just allow the scholars of the group, so Yeva and Rob, if you could please make me a basic intelligence test, please.
When I figure out how to do that.
Just click on where it...
It's challenging.
Yep. Click on the actual red number, your current intelligence 57.
Yeah. No idea.
No, that's fine. Oscar, you know that it's... you recognise it as a profane war cry of Khorne, the blood god. Now, as that's occurred, these other 4 that have circled yourself, Farion, immediately draw daggers, and you think they're going to come and attack you, and as looks like they're just all about to lunge, they all 4 simultaneously slit their own throats, spraying blood everywhere. The other 3 that held Heinrich down immediately do the same as well. And as the crowd gapes in horror, the blood draws in on itself,
Yeah, I'm going to fuck
ripples,
out.
and then pools.
Time to go. Time to go, Gravin.
Several slick forms. And 3 creatures of your very worst nightmares begin to assemble.
A giant Stay Puft monster?
Now, I'll allow you to get to there as this occurs. Well,
As soon as the blood starts pooling
Yep.
and moving in, I am fucking gone.
yep, don't blame you.
That's the area of cis,
You
not me.
were there. What is your movement?
I
Your
don't know.
movement is 5, 10, or 20. So you've got 20 yards run.
Yeah, fucking legging straight
So
over there.
your distance will get you there.
Right.
My cursor is at the minute.
Okay.
Which, bizarrely, that was exactly where you can move yourself to.
Right, I just wanted
Which
that.
is there.
What, there?
Yeah,
Did I move that, or did you?
I just did that.
Right, did you do what I was doing and draw?
No, I manually dragged you, but yeah,
Oh,
it was
right.
a clever way to do it. So yeah, for those of you familiar with Warhammer, these are blood letters.
Great.
Run
For
the
those
fuck
of you
away.
unfamiliar with Warhammer, these are lesser
Demons.
demons of Khorne. Now, specifically, I'm going to put you all on combat state. We're going to roll initiative. You should already be on there. Are you? Let's have a look. Yes, you are. Okay, so roll all. So this blood letter here goes simultaneously with Farion. So this one here. What do you do, Wall?
Which one goes simultaneously with me?
The one in the middle.
Okay. And what are these? Are these the bodyguards? Oh, that's
Yes.
a witch hunter anyway, ain't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I can keep moving.
I'll put him on there as well. Roll his initiative.
We've won, Gravin.
So again, for those of you unaware of what you are dealing with here, blood letters of Khorne are Khorne's chosen. They stalk battlefields of the old world, taking skulls and lives in honour of the blood god. Sharp, needle-like teeth protrude from monstrous horned visages. Their blood-red skin is hard as brass, forged upon the anvil of ceaseless war. And each blood letter bears a hellblade, a wickedly sharp blade steeped in gore, which it wields with reckless abandon, surrendering itself to the sweet sensation of senseless slaughter. They're human-sized, and basically have got horns, hooves, claws, and are generally unpleasant. So this one, with its movement of 5, means it can charge 10 and makes a charge straight into the crowd. This blood letter of Khorne makes a charge into the crowd this way.
That's alright, they're only humans.
This blood letter of Khorne, if it runs 15 yards, I'll get to there. How do I do it once I've measured it?
Yes, I believe.
Thank you.
Sweet.
Ori, what do you do? You can tell already straight away that 2 civilians have died to that hand of that blood letter, and 1 over here. What are you doing, Yeva?
I'm going to. Well, I am going to get out of here. Well, try and get out of the literal confined space, really. There's a lot of people there.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get my staff ready, protect myself, but they're a bit far away, so I'm not gonna do anything else for now.
Okay, Rivian. What are you doing,
Yes,
Julian?
sir.
So from your vantage point, obviously you've still got the Gravin right at the side of you and all her entourage, and yeah, you can see there's three bloodletters. Two have has wandered into the crowd and already slain 3 innocent villagers, and the third one is coming your way across towards the pavilion. What do you do?
And I still have no idea if I'm suffering any effects or.
No, you do know for a fact that it's punctured the skin, so you're aware that it's bitten you. You don't know whether or not you've been poisoned or anything at this point.
Okay.
What do you do?
I mean, I'm nominally I'm in the middle of a group of people. I'm not jumping out in front of this fucking demon. I've already had 2 strikes to my day. I'm not going for a third.
Well, I do require a fear roll from you, please.
Okay.
From all of you, in fact. Unlike the spirit, it's got a higher fear level, fear 3. So you need 3 success levels.
So is that
Cool.
Cool again, yep. Not from
cool?
everybody, please.
Okay.
Oh, that's 2.
I'm gonna use
I'm off.
that.
Yes, if you right click and do what Rob did, you can just add 1 success level to it. Yeah, okay. So Rivian and Oscar, you're on 2 rather than 3. So that means that. Oh, hang on. Oscar's used a fortune point. There we go. Perfect. Rivian, you're out of fortune points, but you've got 2 of your 3 successes that's needed. So that means on your turn, which is now, because we should have done this at the beginning of the combat round, because it's your turn now. You can now make another roll, but it's not a case of failing and breaking. If you fail this time, you become shaken. If you pass, then it's you only need 1 success level, but in this case you failed. So you become what is known as shaken, not stirred. 15. Broken, you're not broken, unconscious. Stunned, that's there you go. No, you're not stunned. No, it's fine. You just can't do anything this round. You can act, but you can't take an action that will put you closer towards it.
Noted.
So, are you looking at setting up some kind of defensive position on the pavilion, or are you just gonna stay sat there or in your chair? Are you gonna bravely hide behind the Gravin? What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'll take up a defensive position.
Cool. Right, Oscar. So yeah, Rob. Again, you're unfazed, just as you were when the spirit attacked. What do you do?
I'm going to try channeling again.
Okay, go for it. That's better. That's +2. So that means next turn, when you cast, you get to add 2 success levels to your roll. Now, bear in mind that roll is a language magic test. If you was to cast light, dazzle, or drain, because those are petty spells, you'll automatically cast it. If you choose bolt light, bridge light, entangle light, or blinding light, you need to get that many success levels required on it, equal to your casting number. So if you bolt light, for example, you need to get 4 success levels. You've got 2 already with channeling. The other approach is you channel again next turn.
I know.
And therefore, once you get up to 4,
I remember.
Yeah, you stack them and you can cast it.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, you're sat there Nunchibarin. Matthias, let's roll his cool. Marginal success, so then that should have been at the beginning of the combat. Now it's his turn. He rolls again. Getting 2 successes, so he's still not able to approach it. So instead, he's going to step back and hopefully gain his composure, ready for next turn. Is the next turn. The bloodletter is now in amongst the crowd and slaughtering villagers. This one's the same. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Farion, while it's happening, what are you doing?
Well, I'm planning on shouting and grabbing the Gravin and dragging her off to the courthouse.
Did you pass your?
I didn't
test?
know, but I have no intention of staying here anyway. I'm breaking.
Yep, that's
So
fine.
I'll do a cool test anyway. But like I say, I have every intention of leaving,
Yeah.
and
Well,
I am.
Yeah, because it's an astounding failure. You won't be able to grab the Gravin because it's number 1 priority is yourself. It's a critical failure. So you are off. And feel free to move up to your full running distance of 20 yards.
In fact, I'll use my resolve.
Okay. To keep you cool.
Well,
And
doesn't that mean that I pass anyway then? Because they're
correct,
using resolve. Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. So keep you cool, and then you can grab the
grab the Gravin. That's it. Come on.
Yep. So where are you moving to? Presumably down these steps over here.
Yeah, out there somewhere. Is that, yeah, about there then.
Yep. Okay. This one then. Charges straight at this bodyguard, and with one almighty cleave with its hellblade, it manages to skewer the bodyguard straight in the ribcage, and then with hellish vigour and almighty strength, yanks its blade diagonally up through his left shoulder, and it's literally split apart as he falls to his knees, gurgling on his own blood. Ori, you've now passed, so you can act.
Hold on. I am going to follow my brother.
Okay, yep. So you're going to go around the pavilion. Okay. Rivian. So you can take another cool test. Absolutely pissed it this time. 3. Yeah, that's all it took. You just needed to flip your table upside down on its side, take cover, grab the assault rifle that's taped on the side of it. What do you do?
I'm still not interested in fighting this thing. Who are the black and white pictures? Those are NPCs. Those are not our people, right?
Correct.
Okay. And I assume that's Miles to my left.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, Halder. Yep.
And then who's that to my right?
That's Rob.
Oh, that's Rob. Okay. I guess I will. I guess I'll maneuver there just to sort of get a better vantage point, and then stay defensively.
Okay. Oscar.
Yes. Shall channel again.
Marginal failure, no but. So I will say then that you are able to move. Normally when you're channeling you have to stay still. In this instance you've realised the danger's here. So that's maybe what's caused you to lose distraction. You've not gotten any negative success levels. So you can retain those 2 you've already passed last turn. If you'd have got a minus, you'd have lost them all, you see.
Mm-hmm.
So you can shuffle around if you wish.
How
And
far?
retain your... Helps your movement. So 4.
Oh, for God's sakes. No, I'm not targeting myself.
For 4 spaces.
There.
Okay. Which one to...
Which hand? Order, day.
He has failed.
Disarray, disregard.
Fear and broken. And then he's got a run value of 16 yards. Next round. Villagers are dead. Other villagers are fleeing. This one will leap up onto the pavilion and start attacking. It is frenzied, so it gets a free attack. So it's got 2 attacks with its normal weapon and then a 3rd attack with its horns. So firstly it's going to attack with its weapon at that aid and slaughter that one. Second attack on this one, slaughter that one. And its 3rd attack is going to be using its horns on yourself, Rivian. That is a failure. So if you go on your combat sheet, please, Julian, combat tab, you should see that the Bloodletter of Khorns attacks you with its horns. You need to click on your scimitar and it'll roll your defense. Right. So in this instance, you've it's won the duel, but it's failed its attempt to actually hit you. What you're rolling for there, because it's failed, it's got -3 success levels, not hit you. But if you'd have rolled a critical success by rolling doubles, you would have then actually been given the option to attack it back as a free attack.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that's missed you with its horns. Farion, what are you doing?
I'm gonna keep escorting her.
Yep.
To safety. I don't know. Is that it? I can't see. Well,
12. Yep.
I might not know what they are, but I know that they're not natural.
Over here, they're making a run for it. That's piled into them, and it's killed another 2. Ore.
I'm going to keep following my brother. Last time I went full melee, but didn't end well, did it?
Rivian. You are now in combat with it.
Great.
What do you do?
Well, now it's time to put up or shut up. Scimitar.
Yep. So if you use your crosshair on it to target it.
Oh shit! Hold on. Eat that. Double click or just...
Just left click on it once once you've chosen target.
All right. And then scimitar?
Yeah, you're not currently targeting it though.
I thought I did. God damn.
There's no dot on it. Have you clicked on the targeting icon on the left hand side yet?
Target icon, select token.
Select targets. So the second one down. That's it. And now click on scimitar. No, you've... Oh no, that's it. Yep, you've done it. Put a little icon. And... then weapon. Roll. Oof. Yeah. So it's a mighty, mighty success on that. So yes, you've with your scimitar, you have gone to attack its right arm, so its main sword arm. Your scimitar swooshes through the air, and if it was a mortal foe, you're fairly certain you'd be hitting it. But with unnatural speed and deftness, it's able to move its arm in a really unnatural motion, like almost dislocating itself at the shoulder to wrap round its entire body. It's like in a 180-degree kind of motion, bring his sword arm back up as though it's just encircled where it was, so your blow misses.
Great.
Absolutely astounding to witness. Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
Your turn.
I shall try and channel one more time.
That's 3 successes, and you're now on 5 success levels.
Mm-hmm.
Do you wish to get off a spell? Because that's enough to cast a bolt.
Fire bolt.
At the nearest bloodletter, presumably.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so using your targeting,
Yep.
you can then click on bolt light, and then you can click. Oh, that's how you should have been doing it before, rather than clicking channel. Should have clicked on there and then click channel. But do it now, and click cast instead of channel.
Okay. And do I change anything on here?
No. We've done it wrong. You should have selected bolt light and the last few turns, and then click channel each time, because you meant to channel one particular spell.
All right.
Yeah. So click cast this time instead. And if
Do
you
I
fail it, I'll
get an SL bonus?
No, just cast it.
Yeah.
You should have one SL bonus.
Yeah.
But if you fail it, I'll fudge it on window. Oh, it's a success anyway. Casting succeeded on the left arm. Now then, it's actually got an overcast as a result, so it could potentially cause more damage. Now, you may inflict one blinder condition on those targeted by a Lord of Light spells unless they possess the Arcane Magic Light talent, which it doesn't. If the target has the demonic or undead creature trait, which it has, spells also inflict an additional hit with damage equal to your intelligence bonus that ignores toughness bonus and armor points. So, firstly, if you click on where it says Apply Law of Light on the chat window, there you go. So it's 4 damage applied to it to start with, and then click on the target button. So now you put your overcast on the target. So now click Apply Lord of Light again. There you go. And then a third time, because it does a bonus one. There you go. So you've caused... oh no, sorry, that's been done wrong. It was only one of those, sorry. Magic Missile of 8 damage. And you've got an overcast. So you apply it again, that's 16. And then a bonus of 4, so it's 20 damage. So that leaves it on 1 wound. So, yeah, do you want to describe, because no one's seen you cast this yet, because you haven't cast it yet in game. Do you want to describe, please, what
so you've
how
seen...
they will see? Because it's behind Rivian, and maybe Ore and Farion can see it as they look round.
Yeah. So, for the past few seconds, a couple of rounds worth of time, you've seen him sort of manipulating his hands and chanting, and moved away when needed to, and carried on behind you all. At which point, this time round, the chant changed, and he's reached forward with his right hand and released this blast of light that's woven through everybody and hit the bloodletter in its arm, and a big burst of light hit it, and it's recoiled away from it. It didn't expect to be hit in such a way, and is clearly worse for wear.
Now, the other thing is that bloodletters have a particular quality about them known as unstable, which means whenever
It can go pop in the middle of everybody.
Not so much pop. I think it like...
Whenever it ends a round, engage with any opponents with higher advantage, and bear in mind you will now have higher advantage as a result. It loses many wounds of difference between its advantage. So yes, if Rivian is able to actually get a hit on it, not actually cause any damage, but it's lost all advantage it had because of the damage it's caused. So if you're able to just hit it, Julian, you will then have advantage over it, and at the end of the round it will suffer additional damage equal to the difference in advantage. So 1 damage.
I'm trying.
It. So meanwhile, Matthias has recovered, so he's no longer running away, and he is now wandering down here, and he's taking his dueling pistol out, and he's fired a shot at this bloodletter and hit it. New round. Okay, so this bloodletter that's just been hit will now set its sights on these guys and slaughter a further 2 before the rest of the crowd is able to flee. At the same time as Farion, what are you doing?
I'm going to keep on going with the Gravin and Ore, assuming Ore is following.
Are you going the direction you appear to be going up the alley, or are you heading this way up towards the safety of the courthouse itself, because the steps are here?
The safety of the courthouse with a giant hole in the back?
Yeah, the back, not... because that's where you were headed up there.
Yeah,
If
well,
you're going up there, that's towards the back of it.
Have the magistrates gone?
Yeah, the magistrates are now.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll go with that one then. It's about there, isn't it? Yeah, we'll go that way.
Okay. This bloodletter's killed a further 2 before those guys have run off. And then we get to the odd important one over here, who's now going to attack Rivian. as well as the handmaid and the bodyguard. So we'll do first attack on Rivian.
Great.
So don't forget to roll your defense, and you're going to need a good one.
Again, it's my scimitar.
Mm-hmm. Two is 5, so it's difference of 3. And as opposed to 5, should be 12. 12 wounds. That puts you down to 4 wounds. So yeah, considering it's all at the same time, it's so. Where did your bolt hit? Was it his left arm?
Left arm,
Rob. Yeah. So as it's done that weird dislocation and realigning shit with its right arm, its sword arm, it's then suffered its hit on its left arm, and it's recoiled, not so much in pain or horror, but more in surprise. But then it's brought its right sword arm, like almost instinctively, straight up into yours. But it's drilled it into your left leg, Julian. And that's actually caught you on the calf, and it's a wickedly deep cut on your left calf. It then slices the head off the handmaid at the side of you, before then impaling the bodyguard who's racing with his halberd with his horns. His left horn actually goes in through the front of the bodyguard's neck and out the back of it, and it shakes its head in a frenzy, and it does so, removes the head from the bodyguard's shoulders, and then tosses it off its horns, and it rolls off the pavilion floor in a nice wet sickening plop. Ori. Yeah, are you still following your brother?
Yeah.
Okay. Rivian.
Let's do it.
Yep. No. You've gone to attack its leg and missed it completely. Back to Oscar.
It's not dead yet.
Not yet.
Well, I guess we're back to channeling then.
So if you do it the correct way around this time, please. So choose bolt light, and then when it pops, choose to channel. That's it. Oh dear. So you failed because it's a double. That class as a major miscast due to the fumble.
Can I use a fortune point, or did you not allowed on a major miscast?
Good point.
Because the option is available to me.
If the option is available to you, then yes, by all means, feel free to reroll. So we shall delete that. That's a failed channel, but at least it's not a miscast.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Cool. That would have been a hellish stench if you'd have had that. Yeah, so we get to Matthias, who's now charging here and is locked in combat with this one here. He's landed a blow with his silvered scimitar. Is it a scimitar he's got? Let's have a look. A silvered sword, sorry. And cause some damage on it. Then we get to that one. Oh, the Bloodletter is now in brutal combat with Matthias. They're exchanging some savage, wicked blows. Farion, what are you doing? Continue your escorting duty?
Yeah, I've already worked it out. Can get to there.
Okay, go for that. And that's at the same time as this Bloodletter, who's giving chase. This Bloodletter over here, who's in combat, then decides to he wants to break from combat to get more into this crowd that's going down here, because he don't care where the blood is spilt, he just wants blood for the blood god. So you will get a free attack on him, Rivian, as he jumps down from here and charges this crowd.
Okay. Please don't suck.
That is a marginal failure, no but. So you've not been able to attack it and hit it, but you have stopped it from leaving. So it's gone to turn and leap down from the pavilion, but you have deftly managed to chop one of the ropes holding the flags up around the pavilion. In doing so, you've ensnared it around it, and it's just basically waiting its turn, grabbing hold of it with its spare hand and then ripping it off, stopping it from leaving. Alright, are you following your brother and the Gravin?
Yep.
Okay. Push you there. And then it's Rivian, it's your turn.
Come on. Make it happen, Captain. Jesus.
It's not giving you the bonus for attacking him blind. Try that again, but add yourself, when you roll, add plus 20 to attack it. It's blinded by Oscar's light.
So change the difficulty
Yes.
to average plus 20.
Yes, that's right. It's more like it, I think. Yes, 4 success level. Damage 11 to the head. Right, yeah, so I'll allow you to describe this as it's turned round, it's blinded. It's looking like it's about to jump down off the pavilion. So as it's turned round, you've you've chopped some of the flags down. So it can't see where it's going. It's fumbling around. It's grabbed onto the flags and flung it away, leaving itself completely vulnerable to an attack. You've hit it in its head. How?
At this point, there's probably a lot of frustration, rage. So, I mean, just both hands on the scimitar in a giant overarching cleave chop.
Yep. Okay, in which case then, it goes straight through its right horn into its neck. You've not chopped its head off, but you've buried your scimitar so far through it, you've severed its spine. And it slumps to the floor, and it kind of does a T-1000 from Terminator 2 style thing of disintegrating in on itself into a pool of blood, and the blood itself just then it kind of just trickles into every little gap within the wooden flooring of the pavilion and seeps through it. It finds its way to every little nook and crevice and seeps through into the board, between the boards and into the board itself. over here, Matthias has managed to kick this bloodletter away. Swipes with his his sword arm and cause a really nasty, wicked cut on this bloodletter sword arm. But as it stumbles backwards, he then raises his dueling pistol up and shoots it square in the chest. The same thing happens as the one you've just taken out over there, Rivian, in the fact that it recoils backwards, hits the floor, and immediately it kind of like shatters into fragments of blood, which then pool and then immediately just start festering into the ground. Oscar.
Oh. Well, with the bloodletter gone, are there any other targets nearby?
There's a third one right at the opposite end of the arena.
Ooh. Oh, excuse me. Presumably that thing. Yes. Okay. Well, I'll try and run my way over there then. See what I can do to help.
Okay.
How many squares can I move?
4 if you're walking, 8 if you're running. Alternatively, you can. Sorry, yeah, it's 8 yards, which is 4 squares. 16 yards is 8 yards if you're running. 8 squares if you're running. Okay, I can see how this is panning out. So you guys are going to go into the courthouse. You're coming over here. Matthias is going to do the same. He's reloading his dueling pistol as his bloodletter has made short work of these villagers over here, and then comes steaming back towards the witch hunter. The witch hunter's reloaded. He's got 2 pistols. So as this bloodletter comes charging in, and you come over here, Oscar, by the time you get to the point of being able to deal with it in any kind of fashion, Matthias has unleashed 2 more rounds into it with his pistol, and then stepped forward and skewered it with his silvered sword.
Mm.
The crowd that was here has now all dissipated. And inside the courthouse, it's quite evident that the magistrates have rendered their verdict in your favour, Farion, as you were clearly the victor, the only one to actually land a blow on anyone.
I'm the only one that's still able to continue.
And that too, yeah, because the other guy has indeed died. Yeah, you were literally the one who was still standing when the renegade watchman came forward. So, so firstly, everybody gets 50 experience for the Gravin winning. So just to confirm that you are adding this onto your current experience. So in order to do that, you need to increase your total. So if everyone goes onto your character sheet and amends your total by an extra 50, please. Shout up when you've done it.
Yeah, I've done it.
You managing there, Rob?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to locate it. Experience. Aha. Current.
Yep. No, it's totally going to be amending. So if you put yours at 415 on your total, it'll then automatically put your current up by up to 105. There we go. Thank you. Now, you foiled the attempt by the Damonblatt agent to attack you with the snake. So that is an additional 10 for everybody. Let me know when you've done that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You done it as well, Julian?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, it's still showing us 4:15 at my end. You should be on 4:25, mate.
Me?
Yes.
That's what I'm at.
You may need to click away for it to save.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's on now. Thank you.
Okay.
Yep. Then there were no Ordo Ultima Cultists in this version because they were the ones that were after the original lawyer. You dealt with the bloodletters. Specifically, you killed one amongst you, so you gain, as a group, you gain 20 experience, everybody. You didn't actually help deal with the ghost. None of you helped the wounded in the crowds. None of you helped recover the magistrate's daughter, Hannah. None of you captured Ursula Kopfgeld. But I will also add an additional set of points for the following. So, Wally, you get a bonus of 20 for winning the bout, and an additional 10 on top of that for then keeping the Gravin alive. Yeva, you can also gain an additional 10 for keeping the Gravin alive. And then I'll also give an additional 10 to Rob and Julian for your attempts to deal with the bloodletters, even whether you were successful or not. You were the only ones that actually took up arms against them. There we go. So the next session of this is not going to be until September, whereupon we will be reconvening in Nuln.
Does she pay up?
I will get to that out between sessions, but yes, 100% everything that you agreed to will be delivered to you.
Okay.
We do need to know, though, what happened with that snake attack on Rivian. So it suffers from venom. It's got venom, has this snake, and specifically, it has a venom rating of, I think it's 4. I will just check. Venom hard. There we go. So that means no difficulty. Right. So you need to make a test. This one page 169.
I'm sorry, say that again?
I'm just reading what page number it is. Poisoned. Okay. So what should have happened is you should have been losing a one wound each round, and if you had got down to 0 wounds, then it would have obviously been lights out for you. But it would be if you fall unconscious when poisoned, you make an endurance test. At the end of each round, you can attack. Right. So I need you, please, to make a endurance test, which is a skill. Again, and this is a hard endurance test. This is to overcome it yourself.
Yes.
Naturally, yeah, 4, boom. And the target is 24. So yeah, you have not been affected by it. It's bitten you, and your body's gone. Yeah, fuck off.
Okay.
So
I'll
yeah,
take it.
after all those bad dice rolls, that's saved you in the end.
Right.
So, right, I shall stop recording.